Cubs. Giant shortstop Brandon Crawford pitched for the very first time in his career in the ninth inning, giving up one hit and one walk. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports 49ers insider Emil Fergoso joins us in studio at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. If you missed that appearance, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone. When he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. On
like Robin Williams, Good Morning Vietnam and all that.
Yeah.
I realized over the weekend, I was going back through something to find something on one of our shows. I realized good morning is now what like that is so uncreative. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, great job. Great job, Dave. Super awesome, memorable tagline. Good morning, Jason Ross.
Good morning, Carmichael Dave.
Hey, how was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah.
Like always, not long enough, but good, enjoyable.
Not long enough. We have a 3-day weekend.
That's right, coming up. We had some rain on,
Yes.
was that Saturday? Yeah.
Yeah, sprinkles.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to ask, with the weekend coming up, and of course we're Juneteenth, the Juneteenth holiday on Monday. I always want to do. I need to ask somebody. You know, like what is it? Memorial Day. You see, like Happy Memorial Day. I need to, because Juneteenth is a rather fairly new observed holiday where you get work off. I think this is what, our second year.
Something like that.
I need to understand, like, is Happy Juneteenth, is that what you say? I don't know. I want to do the right thing. I feel like Happy Juneteenth is appropriate, but I just, someone
You think you'll be in a position to say that?
As a matter of fact, I will tell you something. Yes, I will be in a position. I'm going down to Palm Springs for a family reunion. My Southern California relatives, my the Bay Area relatives, the Loves, that's their last name as we call them, and my cousin Nat and his wife and children. I've not met his children. They're very, very young. Are in Massachusetts. They're all my Aunt Ronnie, my mom's sister, lives in Cerritos, near LA, and they're all flying there, and then they're spending the weekend in Palm Springs, just like kind of a little.
All right, so you all be together.
Yeah, they don't know. Well, my cousin Tantra knows, but the rest of them don't know. So yeah,
nice.
Yeah, exactly. And to your question, that they well, obviously, with the exception of my Aunt Ronnie, who's my mom's sister, our folks of color, we're going to be spending all weekend together. I'm going to be I've already been told by my cousin Tantra, I won't tell you why she told me, but she's like, you're doing the cooking all weekend and we're going to relax. And so we're going to have a lot of fun. And I've not seen them,
nice.
Some of them, in forever. So I will be down there with them. And we will be celebrating. Again, I don't know if celebrate's the right word. I want to get it right. But yes, we will be observing. I do know that. And,
there you go.
It will be 104 degrees.
Is it? Oh, it's coming. I didn't pay attention.
Down there.
Okay.
No, down there. 104 in Palm Springs.
Well, Palm Springs
which
is always
is
like the furnace.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to my wife. We were in Nevada City on Saturday, looking around at some stuff. And you remember my wife had knee surgery about a year and a half ago, 9-month rehab and all that. Yeah, she fell on Saturday, slipped on some dirt. And I got to tell you, have you ever seen someone, I don't know what would be the proper callback here. You ever see somebody get like knocked out in a boxing fight or an MMA fight and their knee pins back and then springs them out? Yeah, that's what happened. And it was her bad knee. And it was very, very scary for a second. She completely tore up her ankle and the outside of her calf, just like scratched up, bloody, all that. But the scary thing was, we were thinking, oh my God, did you re-injure your knee? She didn't, but my wife Like you literally could take your finger and poke my wife in the bicep, like, hey, bink. And it's going to be like purple and yellow and 3. Like she bruises so easy. So she was laid up all weekend. But no, we'll find out today officially. It does not look like any. She's just sore from the fall, or the scratches, but not.
What led to the fall?
We were looking at a house and it was a dirt driveway, and she got out of the car and she was, we were kind of just walking down. It wasn't really that steep, but you just never know when it happens. And her foot slipped out on the dirt, and which I'm very guilty about, I was just out of reach. I was I saw the whole thing in slow motion, and I leaped at her, but I was just out of reach to be able to catch her. I was able to grab her and lift her because her knee was pinned, but I was just out of reach to catch her and stop it. And she took the fall, and then we're with another couple and a realtor, and then she's embarrassed and frustrated and angry. And was there some tears? Maybe. I will not confirm or deny either one of those.
Okay.
But shouts to her. And let's get to the subject at hand for this morning's conversation. So, and Jay, you may want to weigh in on this. And good morning to you, Jay. We have not addressed Jay Marsh yet. It's always good.
Hi, Jay.
It's good to be with him.
Yeah.
So when we go to Sam's Club, I buy trail. I started this about a month ago. As I've said, I think we now have a vending machine, but we went vending-less. Yeah. Options were limited, and you know what? Some people we're not exactly next door to restaurants and fast food places and whatever, and some people just get hungry. So because nobody ever really cares about the people on this floor, second floor, top floor is where all the air people are.
It's factual, by the way. I don't
say talent, I just say air people. Yeah,
we are the cockroaches of this building.
We really are. I don't know if you can say that, but yes, we are. And then downstairs where you have your sales staff and your management, they're pretty much 2-3 times a week, would you say, catered? They get some restaurant.
Oh, it's down from 5?
Yeah. Some restaurant that we're sponsored with or whatever will come in and bring food.
The crazy part is there's a lot of them that work remote for most of the week. The company sends delivery out. I don't know. Did you hear about this?
I don't know if this is a bit.
The company will send delivery out at least once a week.
Is that so?
To people's homes?
Yeah.
From food that's catered here, or
no, order like Grubhub.
What like
Bonhub?
Like they buy everybody lunch?
Yes.
Everybody.
It's not true.
Me too.
Dude. Oh my God, that just about derailed a lot of things.
You had me too, Jay.
Were you gonna send a strongly worded email?
I was gonna call our big boss live on the air at 6:09 and be did this happen? Of course that was a bit. We all knew that. You didn't get us. The sad thing is that
because it's believable.
The way you're able to pull that bit off is because it's believable. So
exactly.
Point being, what is true is that we have a lot of friends in the food industry that are our partners, sponsors, and around noon or in the afternoon, it's like, oh hey, there's fire wings downstairs, or the whatever sandwich place, or it's great for them. Great for them. I don't. But up here, nothing. So
nobody even thinks to save us anything
ever. Like we go if there's a sales meeting on Tuesday and it's catered, we go downstairs at 10 a.m. There's like half a bagel, maybe like the carrots and celery left over from the hot wings, or there's nothing. And you get like salespeople that will legit come in if they know that there's lunch being catered. Like, hey, free lunch. So I buy these trail mixes, and I have one trail mix which is eminent. It's your basic.
That one's more
mix.
popular.
It's more popular. And then this other one I tried
expanded out. You tried something different.
It's pretty much all dried fruit with like some cashews and a walnut.
Yeah.
Jason, I'm here to tell you
that when we left on Friday, I think had maybe
it was almost completely full.
The tropical one had maybe the top layer gone.
This is either more empty than this one, or it's close.
It's close, but people had been eating the Mountain Trex mix.
Yes.
The other one hadn't really been touched.
So here's what we're trying to figure out, Jay. Kind of get the feeling this might be our weekend, friends.
Which ones, though?
Well, let me just say this. I have this weird feeling that I need to find out if dogs can eat trail mix is what I need to find out. Because I have a strange suspicion that much like one would feed pigeons, perhaps some dogs were being fed.
There's one way to find out. There's an easy solution to that, actually. Don't leave them in this studio.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought when I came in. And no, listen,
turn the cameras on.
There's
that'll go over real well.
I think I may have to pack these up for the weekend. I may have to pack them up.
What if you're feeding a young Kyle Ledbetter and Nate Littlefield?
Well, we found out last week that Kyle M&M hunts.
Yeah.
He's an M&M hunter.
That bag is lighter.
Yeah, and I don't, you know what, like I said, you got to take the white mother's cookie with the rest of the cookies. Yeah. You can't just pick and choose. You got to have the plain crap to go with the good stuff. And let me tell you, we got 4 hours of good stuff for you on a Monday.
And a little bit of plain crap.
Yeah, a little bit of crap too, but we won't tell you when that is. We want you to tune in. The Nuggets could end the NBA season and start the countdown to next season. They could do that tonight. Well, the Kings lost a coach to another team, but it's not the coach we thought it was going to be. And, oh, Canada, my goodness gracious, somebody get hold of the Canadians. They're still celebrating. We've got a little golf for you as well. It's a big, fat, hairy show. Emil Fragoso will join us for a double segment as well. And we'll talk 49ers. We're right back with Leading Off after this.
The 49ers 2023 schedule is out and filled with big in Week 5 against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
And a Week 13 NFC Championship game rematch with the Eagles.
San Francisco! Plus, get every 49ers game this season on Sactown Sports. Visit SactownSports.com for the latest team news and a full schedule breakdown.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
The Gold Rush Classic is a celebrity pro-am golf tournament, a $1 million hole-in-one contest, a celebrity draft party, and a concert featuring the Atlanta Rhythm Section that raises money for Make-A-Wish, Jordan's Guardian Angels, and other worthwhile children's charities. The Gold Rush Classic takes place July 13th and 14th in Rancho Murrieta. Come join the fun and play golf with a celebrity, or just check out the concert. The Gold Rush Classic is proudly sponsored by Mainstage United Domestic Workers, fighting for our workers and communities. The Gold Rush Classic, where the stars and guitars shine. Go to goldrushclassic.org.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
My biggest concern going into any closeout game is human nature and fighting against that. You know, you're up 3-1, and you know most teams when you're up 3-1, they come up for air, they relax, and they just kind of take it for granted that we're going to win this. And the neat thing for us is that going back to the bubble, you know, we've been down 3-1 before, and we've come back and won, and we know anything is possible. And that's why, like, my message to our team before we came down to the media and the open portion of practices was our approach has to be that we're down 3-1. You know, they're desperate. We have to be more desperate. They're hungry. We have to be hungrier. And there is no celebrating after game 4. We have another game that we have to win. And the closeout game is always the hardest game ever. So I'm looking forward to seeing our approach. You know, we had it in game 6 against Phoenix. We had it in game 5 against Minnesota. We had it in game 4 against the Lakers. And my hope is that tomorrow night, in front of just an unbelievable crowd, incredible environment, that our players understand the opportunity in front of them and take full advantage of it.
I love it. Mike Malone has totally turned into that Lou Holtz type. Like, yeah. I'm just you know what? Let me tell you something. Miami could 100% win 3 games in a row.
He said the other night too, when they were after the win, they were up 3-1. We haven't done anything. I mean, Coach, you just won 2 games in Miami. You're 1 game away from winning this thing. You look like the better team.
No,
I haven't done anything. Will they have done something if they win tonight?
No, because here's my
not till the parade.
Here's Mike's post games and be like, okay, so you know, look, hats off. They won the 4th game, and there's a trophy coming. But look at all the teams that have won trophies. How many win 2 in a row? The work is just starting.
Yeah.
I told these guys, go you can have the weekend on, take the rest of the week off, but I want you back Monday, and the work starts today.
Yeah. The repeating will be more difficult.
Do you think that if they win, they're going to do that like soccer thing where they're like one guy's holding his legs and the other guy's holding his arms, and they do the hey, and throw him up in the air? Because they've done some things with him before, like throwing him around and spraying him with stuff and all that. You can tell they love him. He's doing the exact right stuff. Yeah. Just stay up there, until the 4th win is over, and they have a chance tonight.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're a Nuggets fan, like, do it tonight, right?
Yes,
in the home crowd.
Yes,
come on,
give the home crowd an opportunity.
Yeah, that's fun. The first ever title in your building, that'd be great.
And you know what? And the game on Friday was not without casualties.
Yeah,
and we will talk about the mascot for Miami. Was he asking for it? Is my question. Is there a backstory? And also, we'll lay out for you that now we have mascots on both sides that have been through some pretty serious trauma.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Number 2.
Are you suggesting they're weak?
Hey, number 2.
Hey.
Dibby penetrates, dumps to the corner. Jackson for 3. He's got the triple. Bobby Jackson gives Sacramento a 7-point lead, and it's an 11-0 run by the Kings, and this crowd is going wild.
I don't mind sharing this. Then the news hit. I said, let's go. I texted Bobby. I said, let's go, but is there golf in Philly? And then I said, hey, can you come on with me tomorrow in the morning? I know people want to hear from you. He said the funniest thing in response. Nothing. Nothing. All right. Bobby ghosted me. Just saying, tried to get him on today. I guess he's busy. I guess he's got responsibilities. He's a big assistant coach in Philly now. Can't come on. Can't come on our little tiny radio show. Such great news. Good for him.
Yeah, that's clearly a mixed emotion one. I went, oh, man.
Yeah,
I love Bobby. I don't want to see him go anywhere, but then I'm like, oh, I love Bobby. I want what's best for him. And I remember he left before. He went with Adelman to Minnesota.
Yes, he did.
He came back, so you never know how this will go. But, I mean, look, I'm sure wanted a higher profile spot here. I know in the playoffs he was behind the bench, but he's been in Stockton and been in different roles here with this organization. If he's got an opportunity that he can't turn down, you got to go for it.
I agree. It's great news for him. We'll go into this a little bit later when we talk about it, but it has been a long road for him, ups and downs, and this is certainly an up. You know what? Honestly, I am curious about. I cannot. We will get him on, and I can't wait to ask him. It's just I know it's a dumb sounding question, but like, how does Nick Nurse how did that happen?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, Nick Nurse knows who Bobby Jackson is, but a lot of times, head coaches, as you know, they have their assistants, and they'll turn out a couple of new ones here and there, but generally they work with the same guys. So to bring a new person onto your staff, so had they worked together in the past? Had they been somewhere? Was it just like, hey, Bobby, it's Nick. Like what you're doing with Stockton?
I saw the job up on Indeed, and Bobby, I know, applied for it.
Is that what it was? Yeah. He's got a really good LinkedIn account if you haven't seen Bobby's LinkedIn account.
It's pretty
amazing.
You got a lot of like badges and stuff.
So we'll, what'd you say?
Badges and stuff.
We got a lot to talk about there. Congratulations to Bobby Jackson. He's got the assistant coaching job. Is there golf in Philly?
Yeah, they have it. Okay. It's there. It exists.
Okay. Number 3.
Cut number 3.
That's where the eyes are looking. Swing of the putter. Comes up with some speed. Now up the rise. For the Eagle. For the win. To the cup. Take it. Yes. 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 The drought is over! The drought is over! Nick Taylor with the Eagle, the 2023 RBC Canadian Open champion! History! History! 500 FedEx Cup points! 2-year exemption! He's an icon now in this country!
I had not heard that call.
The 2-year exemption part kills me.
It's great! 2-year exemption! Great! If you're wondering why it was such a big deal, listen. The RBC Canadian Open. It had been 69 years since a Canadian had won it. It's their own tournament. And you have this guy, Nick Taylor, remember the last time Nick Taylor did that thing we talked about? Yeah, because nobody knew who Nick Taylor was. No offense to him. And he takes Tommy Fleetwood, or should I say Tommy Fleetwood, who is a great golfer, takes him to a sudden death, and they go back and forth, 18, 18, 9, 18. They go back and forth. It was a 72-foot
ridiculous
putt to not just win it, to get the exemption, to all of that, but Canada, man, in front of Canada, and they just go absolutely bonkers. It was a really cool moment.
It was. And then even some of the aftermath where he's getting doused, and what was it?
Oh my God.
The former golfer Canadian as well, his friend.
Yes.
Trying to celebrate and douse him with champagne, gets just tackled on the green.
If you haven't seen the video,
it's good security work.
It is.
But it's like, that's a tough spot.
Look, security is getting a lot of crap over it. I applaud them, and I think they should look. They didn't hurt. So Adam Hadwin, former golfer, Canadian, friend of Nick's. Everyone's rushing, not everyone, a bunch of golfers, mainly Canadian golfers. They're freaking out for the countrymen, right? They're rushing the green. He's going to spray Nick with champagne or beer or whatever. I think it was beer. And he gets trucked by a security guy who didn't know who the hell he was. I say, unfortunate situation, but shout out to security guy for doing his job. You know what? You know what's worse than here's what's worse than tackling a former pro golfer, going after his friend, trying to spray beer on him. Here's what's worse than tackling him and not recognizing him. Seeing a guy coming at the golfer and not tackling him because you're guessing that he's his friend, but oh no, he has a knife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or hits him with the bottle or whatever.
Thank you. Yeah. Exactly. Like, err on the side of caution. It's an unfortunate mix-up, but I really hope, and I hope the golfers step in too if they need to. I really hope the security guys are like, no, you know what, you did your job, and thank you for trying to protect our guy. Anyways, watch the video if you haven't seen it. It was a very, very cool moment. We'll take a break. When we come back, Brandon Crawford did something for the very first time in his long and illustrious career. We've got a new prospect du jour playing baseball we need to talk about, and the New York Mets. That's all I got for you. The New York Mets. Safer Out is next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
You don't need more than 8 bowls in your house at any particular time. And if you're having more people than that, just bust out the paper and plastic.
The use of paper plates in the last week in the household has grown exponentially.
Doesn't it happen that way when the wife is away? Yeah. Every time my mom would go out of town, and my dad would act like he just figured out how to split and atom. He'd be like, I have a great idea. While your mother is out of town, why don't we just use paper plates?
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Hey, it's Nick Cattle suggesting you celebrate your 4th of July the right way with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers from Green Acres Nursery and Supply. Our Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned us into pros. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. Built different, built better, and built to last. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just go to Napoleon.com for your nearby Napoleon Grills dealer. Napoleon Grills, now is the time for the best selection of grills and fine accessories. Now is the time to take care of your 4th of July.
Cookie wants to be a professional wrestler. I'm Cookie Serratos, and I'm 11 years old. She also wants to win all the medals. That's why Cookie and her family make every day count, squeezing out her best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Okay, Cookie, let's break for a Go-Go Squeeze.
Go-Go Squeeze Fruit on the Go pouches are a nutritious snack made from 100% fruit with no sugar added.
Call Cookie!
Because when you nurture your kids, you squeeze out the best in them. Squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze. Not a low-calorie food. Products range from 11 to 13 grams of sugar and 60 to 70 calories per serving.
Guys, did you know that June is Men's Health Month? month. And right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your hormones are serious business, and most men start to see changes in their hormone levels starting in their 30s. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Get your T levels checked today by a local, experienced, and trusted healthcare professional. Revive Men's Health has successfully helped thousands of men since 2011. Experience and results matter. So, what are you waiting for? Call Revive today to schedule your free testosterone test and free exam. We know we can help you. We guarantee it. Celebrate Men's Health Month. Get your free T-level test and save $199. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
What would it take for a plumbing company to earn your trust? Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And let's face it, plumbing and service companies don't always have the best reputation.
So to earn your trust, the first thing they'd have to do is actually answer the phone when you call with a real live person. Then they'd have to send a plumber when you needed them, day or night, without charging extra for emergency services.
A trustworthy plumber would show up on time, wearing a clean uniform and name badge, and be able to show that they had passed a background check and drug test.
A plumber you could trust would give you a firm quote on the job before starting and clean up after they finish the job.
That's exactly the plumber you'll get when you call Bell Brothers, a plumber you can trust. Call Bell Brothers right now for all your plumbing needs. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
At Ashton & Price over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. Good morning and happy Monday with your Sactown Sports Headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Tonight is Game 5 of the NBA Finals in Denver. The Nuggets are up 3-1 and look to close out Miami tonight, but Jimmy Butler says not so fast.
We didn't come this far to stop playing now, no matter what the odds are, the analytics. When we get out there, we just got to compete. We got to win one, and then we got to win another one. And then we got to win another one.
Tip-off is tonight at 5:30. Former Sacramento King Bobby Jackson is headed to Philadelphia, where he will be part of new head coach Nick Nurse's bench. Jackson played 6 seasons in Sacramento and has been the head coach of Sacramento's G League affiliate in Stockton the last 2 years. The Oakland A's have won 5 games in a row, and the Giants got back in the win column yesterday with a 13-3 victory over the Chicago Cubs. Giants shortstop Brandon Crawford pitched for the very first time in his career in the 9th inning, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports 49ers insider Emil Fergoso joins us in studio at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. If you missed that appearance, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Well. Safe or out, where we give you your daily baseball topics du jour. Just remember, I was with somebody over the weekend that ordered a French dip, and they asked for a side of au juice.
Mm-hmm.
It's au jus.
Yeah, so who says au jus says it?
I'm not going to blow this person up.
That's really disappointing that an adult would say that.
Au juice.
Ow.
Why does I feel like it's somebody who we all know?
No, you don't.
You're protecting.
None of you know this person. I promise you, neither of you know this person. Au jus. Brought to you by Auju. It's safer out. Jay Morris.
Bless you.
Thank you.
With a slim 10-run lead heading into the ninth, Brandon Crawford made his first pitching appearance ever.
Yes.
Save her out. Crawford should not have pitched yesterday for the Gigantes.
I'm going to say safe, but I get it. Well, here's why. Because Brandon Crawford has played, and I believe will play his entire career for the Giants, and he has played every game at shortstop. He has never played another position. I feel like that's cooler than, like, I played almost every game at shortstop, but then I pitched. On the other hand, he's always wanted to do this. He can now go around to every single pitcher on the staff, as he said, and just be like, I got a lifetime ERA of 0, bro. What do you got? And you know what? Craw was hitting 88 on the gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that higher than his batting average this year?
Oof.
Hey, you got to give up a hit and a walk. Yeah, he did well.
It was that. It's I love watching position players pitch and blowouts. It was, and it wasn't 3 up, 3 down, that's for sure. But he retired the side.
Yeah, I say out. If he wanted to do it, he did it. Why not? Let him have that chance. Now he's played. Now he's pitched. He can say he's done it. But I think in general, like the more, and it's happened less this year, but the more times we get position players, though it's a gimmick, I don't know that it's good for the game.
No, I completely agree with you too. Although I do think it would be kind of cool to have, maybe we just switch it around and have 1 out of every 5 games, your lineup has to be all pitchers hitting and all hitters pitching.
Yeah, I mean, if the position player's pitching, I think there should be a pitcher hitting. That would be better.
God, I wonder what, obviously people would game the system, but how funny would that be? Like, where your entire your starter, all your relievers have to be position players, and then the only people that can hit are the pitchers. Like, what's the score in that game? You throwing no hitters?
I don't know.
Yeah,
some of those guys might be able to hit something.
Like, do pitchers have an advantage hitting, or do the hitters have the advantage pitching to the pitchers? You know what I'm saying? Like, who has obviously Shohei Ohtani aside.
I feel like the pitchers hitting, because at some point in their career, they've all probably hit at a higher level, whereas a lot of those position players probably stopped pitching at like 12.
That's a great point. Number 2.
Safe or out?
Reds rookie Ellie De La Cruz had a big weekend at the plate, and Cincinnati has won 5 of 6. Safe or out, De La Cruz is the best prospect we've seen in a long time.
I was watching ESPN. Who was it?
Damn it, I was really hoping you were going to say you were watching a Reds game.
They were talking about, oh, God, who was the, I forget. It was he actually used to play for the Giants. Edgar.
Renneria.
No.
Martinez.
But, was Edgar somebody? Anyways, I'm saying this is
Allen Poe?
Yes, it was Edgar Allan Poe.
Saucedo.
He said this was the best. That Ellie De La Cruz fully reminded him of Ken Griffey Jr. when he came up.
Wow.
That this guy is beyond the real deal. And then they just kind of went into a lot of the kid with Arizona right now that's raking, the rookie, guys like Vlad Guerrero Jr., Fernando Tatis, Bo Bichette, start going through like all these, 2-3-year-old players, 3 years in the league, not old, be weird. And just kind of laying out that like baseball's in really good hands. And I like that, when they do that for football and basketball all the time, we could say the same thing, but like, I kind of like that. And I think this guy, I mean, so far so good. And then who's the kid I love? O'Neal Cruz with the Pirates, who's out injured right now. Like I think we're entering this generation of players they're the ones where like
people might care about.
Yeah. And folks like us who are middle-aged are going to look and go, oh my, like this is evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Like these guys are at the evolution you saw over the weekend. I don't know if you didn't, but the guy, some dude ran a 2 miles.
Oh yeah. Record.
Yeah. And it was like, the old record was like 7:58. He did it in 7:54. He was 4 seconds off the record.
Which is incredible.
That's insane. And you go, this is human evolution. That's what I think we're seeing with guys like Ellie De La Cruz and a lot of the rest of the guys.
Yeah, all tools, right? He's a 5-tool player, so fast. Though again, we said it when he came up, like the amount of balls he hit in the minor leagues with the exit velocity faster and harder than anybody. Like he's a freak. He's a phenom, and it's fun. I mean, and he's come in and not, sometimes guys come in with the hype, and then hey, they're one for their first 40,
Yeah.
But he's been electrifying already. So it seems to be he's backing up the hype. So I'll say safe.
And as you well know, just because you come in 1 for 40 doesn't mean you're going to have a bad career.
True.
Oh, by the way, just because you come in tearing it up doesn't mean you're a Hall of Famer. It's going to be very interesting to see these guys get more at-bats.
Absolutely.
Number 3.
Safe or out?
The Mets are 16 games behind the Rays for best record in baseball. Safe or out? This says more about the Mets spending than the Rays talent evaluators.
I'm going to say out. I think the Tampa Bay talent evaluators and the way they run their ball club is just one of the coolest things in sports right now. This is a team that is absolutely dominating Major League Baseball. Now, they don't have a ring, and it's ring culture. You know what I'm saying? But when you look up and down their lineup, when you look at their minor league system, you look at where I think Tampa Bay is more set up now and in the future than any team in baseball. I think I'm right about it when you combine what they're doing in the majors with where their minor league system is. And it's just cool to see because it's not being done with cash. They don't have it. It's not being done with a great home park. They don't have it. What they're doing is what the A's did, but they have seemingly perfected it.
Yeah, it's out to me too. It's more of a praise to what Tampa's done. Philosophy-wise, they were one of the first teams to do all the analytics with shifting, with openers. I don't know. It's just different. They've thought differently. And then the amount of front office people that have been taking front in Tampa to go to other organizations shows.
Andrew Friedman with the Dodgers is a great example of that.
There's like 4 or 5 spread throughout the league that they all believe in what Tampa has done and continues to do. So, yeah, the Mets have spent, and, it's not showing up the results right now, but I think this is about the Rays, and all compliments to them.
You're talking about arguably the worst place to play in baseball. The worst place.
From which perspective?
From the perspective of fan experience.
Oh, yeah.
Fan base.
Stadium.
the whole kit and caboodle, dude. Tampa Bay is not, that is baseball hell, if you will. You're also talking about a team, only the Pirates, Orioles, and A's have lower payrolls. Tampa Bay has a $77 million payroll. The Mets have a $344 million payroll. The sad thing is the fact that the Mets are 16 back of the Rays is going to give people an excuse to say, you see, it doesn't matter. There shouldn't be a cap. Let people. No, it's still
coming up today in the Vegas Senate.
Absolutely, dude. Anyways, I love it. Tampa Bay 48-20, 31-7 at home. We'll take a break when we come back.
And you said it wasn't a good environment.
Not a good environment. Maybe it's because I think it's because other teams go there and they're just like, I don't want it. Let's just get out of here. NBA happened over the weekend. Yes, it did. We got news and notes for you, including mascots getting knocked unconscious. Is there a story behind it? We'll talk about it next.
The Kings season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
Returning is honestly my number one priority. Be a part of something special.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Sacramento Kings basketball is back this summer. Catch 6 games of NBA action and fun for the whole family when the California Classic Summer League returns on July 3rd and 5th. The Kings will host the Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, Miami Heat, and newly added San Antonio Spurs and Charlotte Hornets with the number 1 and number 2 NBA draft picks. 2-day passes start at just $42 and include access to all 6 games. Visit kings.com/California Classic for more information and to buy your tickets today.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
Turn your home into restricted airspace. Tell incoming flights you want them diverted. The new Raid Essentials Light Trap plugs into the wall and uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes. Its 24/7 continuous attraction provides insecticide-free protection that's people and pet friendly. Consider air service interrupted. New Raid Essentials Light Trap. Insecticide-free protection.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Uma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Uma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Uma?
Yep, switching to Uma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Uma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. We're looking for silver linings in what has been a difficult year for the A's, and perhaps players the A's could build around for the future. What about first baseman Ryan Noda? As I'm recording this, among American League rookies, he's first in walks, he's first in on base at 403, and also third in OPS. Not bad for a Rule 5 selection this past offseason from the Dodgers. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Start off a Monday on a good note. Want to remind y'all, if you hadn't thought about it in a while, I was going down some rabbit holes over the weekend. Tom Cruise is now 5 years older than Jack Nicholson was in A Few Good Men. Ralph Macchio is now 9 years older than Mr. Miyagi was in The Karate Kid.
Wow.
Mark Hamill, this one's the one that got me. Mark Hamill, who played Luke Skywalker, is now 8 years older than Sir Alec Guinness was in the original Star Wars when he played.
That one feels believable.
Old Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then you probably, Jay, isn't, Michael J. Fox is now 15 years older than Christopher Lloyd was.
Back to let's just not do this.
You want to start Monday off? I just snorted. You want to start Monday off on a good note? Let's not do this.
All right. Well, at least you're not playing the 11th hole at the U.S. Open coming up. It is a par 3.
Why is that a bad thing? I think I would want to play the 11th hole at the U.S. Open. That means I'm good at golf and I'm rich.
Par 3, 290 yards.
Unfair.
On this day in June of 1985, guys, these come up every once in a while on my timeline, but I was looking at this. I thought of you guys over the weekend. The number one song in the country was Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. That's the song you hear at the end of every show. Axel F.
Yes. Harold Faltermeyer.
Suddenly by Billy Ocean.
Yeah.
Heaven by Bryan Adams. Things Can Only Get Better by Howard Jones. Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds. This is the top songs in the Billboard. Walking on Sunshine.
Train on the Waves.
Susudio.
Phil Collins.
Smooth Operator.
Sade.
Smuggler's Blues.
Smuggler's.
I love this song.
Not Dire Straits.
Glenn Frey.
Glenn Frey.
Yeah, from Miami Vice. The Search Is Over by Survivor. Raspberry Beret. And Never Ending Story.
Oh, yeah.
Look.
Okay, you just depressed probably 80% of our audience.
Yeah.
We're going to transition now to like a feel-good story. Conor McGregor possibly concussed a mascot.
That's a feel-good.
So if you didn't hear or see this story, Conor McGregor, UFC superstar, was at the Heat Nuggets game, and the Miami Heat mascot Bernie. They were doing a bit. All right, they were doing a bit. Bernie was dressed in a fighter's robe and large gloves. He moves towards McGregor at midcourt in a fighting stance. McGregor was promoting a pain relief spray, and he floors Bernie with a left hook and then landed a straight punch to the face as Bernie was lying face up on the floor. It's not funny. Bernie, or, you know, if you believe there's a man who plays Bernie, but I don't, I believe it's Bernie, was sent to the hospital, local emergency room, and was given pain medication. No reports as to whether or not it was Conor McGregor's pain spray. He was sent home, and he is doing well. Now, you can look it up if you go to YouTube and you search Rocky Denver unconscious. You may have seen the thing going around. It goes around about twice a year that the mascot in Denver makes $600,000 a year. I think part of the reason he makes $600,000 a year is about 10, 12 years ago during a skit. We've seen Slamson do this. He was lowered to the ground in Denver as part of the, you know, he's on these wires and he's lowered down, but something wasn't right. And when Rocky got to, you know, he's in this mascot outfit and he got almost to the floor. When he landed in the floor, slowly lowered down, he just kind of crumpled. And you realize he was unconscious the whole way down, which wasn't helped by their version of Scott Moak. As Rocky hits the ground and just kind of crumples over on his side, you hear the PA announcer go, "Yeah, Rocky!" And meanwhile, medical personnel rushing to his aid. You now have both mascots that have been knocked unconscious by one thing or another, and I think that says a lot about this series.
How did they make it to the finals?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the whole. I know Conor's getting a lot of crap over this. I mean, maybe don't hit that hard.
Yeah, I mean the swing, the very first one at least, that's a legit swing.
Yeah, and like, did you just kind of think that Rocky was?
Oh man! And then the second one while he's down. Are you laughing? So what officially happened to the mascot? I know it's you read that he had to get pain meds at the hospital.
Yeah. It's not. Look, let me be really clear. It's not funny. This poor bastard got knocked out by a UFC fighter in a bit that was supposed to be a bit. And I think Conor, well, first off, Conor is not, Conor's not a professor at Cambridge, okay? He's not known for his deep thoughts. He's a very successful fighter and entrepreneur, but Conor makes bad decisions sometimes. I think Conor got, front of the crowd. I'm not saying he did it maliciously or was trying to knock him out. I'm sure he wasn't, but it's like, bro, they're not there's a real, do you think you're fighting an actual 7-foot bird? Like there's a guy under there, you pull the punches. And he, not only does he tag this guy, obviously on the chin, lights out, but then follows it up with a punch. I'm laughing just because the sight of Conor McGregor just literally flattening this bird. Oh my God. Man. It's brutal. And I also know that next year, enterprising young graphics people, every single time the Heat lose to their team, are going to put the logo on Conor McGregor's head showing the Kings knocking out. Yeah. I'm just also thankful that Slamson wasn't involved in that situation. Although I think Slamson probably would have, let's just be honest, Slamson would have ducked and countered. And what if that was the real story? What if Bernie ducked the punch and knocked out McGregor?
Bigger story.
And then Conor had to go to the hospital drenched in his probably BS painkiller spray or whatever. So our thoughts are with Bernie. Grizzlies assistant Darko Rajakovic, right?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Is the new head coach in Toronto.
That took them a long time on the coaching search.
It really did. And at first glance, I look at it, I go, you went from Nick Nurse to this unproven guy. Okay. But I think if I'm a Toronto fan, which I'm not, but if I'm a Toronto fan, I go, you know what, Masai Ujiri's definitely earned a little bit of trust. This is the guy that plucked Nick Nurse over there. Remember when it went
from Dwayne Casey to Nick Nurse.
Yeah, he fired the coach, reigning coach of the year, weeks after he won coach. Imagine if the Kings fired Mike Brown,
right,
and they hired Darko Rajakovic.
Yeah,
there'd be a riot.
Exactly,
absolutely. And you know what happened? Nick Nurse won a title a couple years later with Toronto, and is now proven to be one of the best coaches in the NBA. So I don't know what Toronto sports radio is like today. It's probably like super polite, but
that's what they're about.
If they're over there ripping this, like, by the way, you might be right. Everybody has a hot hand until they don't, but Masai Ujiri, who runs that team over there, has been far more right than he has been wrong, and has built a great team over the years, and a competitive team, and a team that is regularly at or near the top of the NBA. So it's not like Toronto was tearing it up anyways. And sometimes it's just time for a change.
Yeah. And, sometimes I feel like he does things just to do them differently, but it doesn't mean he's wrong on his thought process. So we'll see what Darko does for them. Memphis has been a well-run coaching staff and organization, so hopefully they got it right.
It's interesting. I'd love to talk to a GM. Maybe we can talk to Monty, even though he's never really been in this situation yet. But what's the difference between, by all accounts, Nick Nurse is a great coach. And the thought is, you know what, sometimes even the great coaches get tuned. What's the difference between a Nick Nurse and a Greg Popovich or Eric Spoelstra? Like, why doesn't Toronto say, well, Nurse is going to be our guy for 30 years? He's a great coach, and we'll change everything. What is the difference in thought processes in management between we're going to keep Pop and Spoelstra and build generations around them, or, you know what, it's time for a change?
Yeah.
Why has it never been?
Because most teams do time for a change.
That's absolutely what they do. So what is the thing, We'll take a break. When we come back, the Phoenix Suns may be losing Chris Paul. Could they be replacing him with a Chris Paul protege who, oh, by the way, happens to be on your Sacramento Kings? Rumors abound. We'll irresponsibly dive into them next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I recognize, just like my friends at American Energy Heat and Air, that your time is important. And that's why shopping for a new air conditioner is now easier with American Energy Heat and Air's online quoting tool. All you have to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote right now. It'll help you determine what system you're going to need to get. It'll provide the best pricing options, all from the comfort of your home without having to have somebody come to your home. You know how annoying that is? They come in and, and everybody there is so sweet and nice, but how much better is it to be able to get it on demand? Visit AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. Or if you want to give them a call and talk through what your needs are, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
I remember as if it were yesterday. I reached down to move a nightstand and was astonished at the weight of the piece. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. At that moment, I instantly recognized the difference between Naturewood's quality furniture that will last a lifetime versus lesser quality furniture found elsewhere. Now, I suppose there's a huge difference in what you'd put in your first apartment and what you would live with in the comfort of your own home. Right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings Made in USA sale is a great time to fill your home with solid, superior quality furniture to reflect your own love for life. With brands like Sam Moore, Stanton, Stickley, Hilltop Hickory, Simply Amish, and many more, Naturewood Home Furnishings has tables, chairs, couches, and, yes, nightstands, and more at their Made in USA sale. Find furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Turn your highway into a smileway. Elk Grove Kia.
Have you ever needed a second chance? A chance at a do-over? Elk Grove Kia thinks everyone deserves a second chance, and yet too many folks don't get that second chance they need or deserve. Well, Elk Grove Kia wants you to know we've got you covered. With over 100 years of combined experience in financing, we have the connections and knowledge to get you the approval that others just can't. Doesn't matter if you have late payments, charge-offs, bankruptcies, or repos. If you can make the payment, we can find a way to get you on the road with a new set of keys. Elk Grove Kia can even make all this happen with little to no money down. Don't wait. Enjoy your summer with a new set of wheels. Get started today at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, or check us out online at elkgrovekia.com.
Turn your highway into a smileway. Elk Grove Kia.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning and happy Monday with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Tonight is Game 5 of the NBA Finals in Denver. The Nuggets are up 3-1 and look to close out Miami tonight, but Jimmy Butler says not so fast.
We didn't come this far to stop playing now, no matter what the odds are, the analytics. When we get out there, we just got to compete. We got to win one, and then we got to win another one, and then we got to win another one.
Tip-off is tonight at 5:30. Former Sacramento King Bobby Jackson is headed to Philadelphia, where he will be part of new head coach Nick Nurse's bench. Jackson played 6 seasons in Sacramento and has been the head coach of Sacramento's G League affiliate in Stockton the last 2 years. The Oakland A's have won 5 games in a row, and the Giants got back in the win column yesterday with a 13-3 victory over the Chicago Cubs. Giants shortstop Brandon Crawford pitched for the very first time in his career in the 9th inning, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports 49ers insider Emil Fergoso joins us in studio at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. If you missed that appearance, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Rob, have you heard of you guys are going to be on Hard Knocks or not yet?
I haven't gotten word or anything like that. I know there's several teams that would love for Hard Knocks to be in their building. We're just not one of them. So.
Are there several teams that's Robert Saleh of the Jets? Are there really several teams that are like, I want Hard Knocks?
Wasn't there only 4 candidates? Isn't that what we
Yeah.
had?
You know what I say? Have a draft every year. But like reverse, like if you get the number one pick, you're like, oh. It's like nobody wants to be on this. I kind of get it. Like you don't want the cameras in your face.
We like it.
We like it, and we're the audience, and that's what matters. There is a report, Jason Ross, and you know what reports can do. There's a report that the Phoenix Suns, who may or may not soon be without the services of Chris Paul, they may be interested in Davion Mitchell. Now, one thing about this Chris Paul situation is, anyone else notice, or maybe you did, like it's like a source-off between Shams and Woj and Chris Haynes. Because Chris Haynes was like basically like the Suns informed Chris Paul they're gonna cut him or whatever. Shams and Woj were like, well, the Suns and Chris Paul are talking about renegotiating a thing, or maybe he'll go. We don't know. I gotta think if I'm Chris Haynes, like I'm hoping that they cut him to. It's one of those things where you're kind of
back up your story.
Yeah, and it's not like Chris I guarantee you Chris just didn't wake up and he was like, you know what? I think I'm going to write the story. Like a very trusted source, if not more than that, told him that.
Yeah.
But, you're only as good as your sources. The Suns are weighing their options. And according to Jake Fisher, senior NBA reporter at Yahoo Sports, Davion Mitchell is part of a group of players Phoenix is interested in, along with Emmanuel Quickley, Peyton Pritchard, Monty Morris, and Gabe Vincent. So, look, Quickley's going to be expensive. I don't know what Pritchard does for them, but maybe he's also buried in Boston. It makes you wonder, okay, you're in, and by the way, you're replacing Chris Paul. If you were replacing Chris Paul, or at least augmenting the loss of Chris Paul with Davion Mitchell, that's a Chris Paul protege if there ever was one. Like those guys are friends. They share the same, lots of stories about Davion going to Chris Paul's house and then breaking down film for hours. Like they're very much, it's very much a student-teacher relationship between the two. Would be an interesting addition for the Suns, and I don't think a bad one.
Yeah, and you think about Davion's role on the Kings, right? I think, I don't know if it's something the Kings are seeking to move on from him.
Sure.
But where does he fit? And if we watched all season long, and when games where Fox missed, he started, and he did fine.
Yeah.
He still hasn't become that offensive
juggernaut.
Yeah, or just reliable weapon. Like he'll have games, he'll have moments, but I think he's known for his defense, and that this team needs it. Any team would need that kind of on-ball defense, but I still go back to Game 7, and at some point, I know Mike Brown answered it, and they love what Terrence Davis did in Game 6, but Game 7, to see the best perimeter player on the Warriors go for 50, and the minutes that Davion spent on him was near minimal, it didn't make a lot of sense to me. So I'm not saying in Game 7 he went in the doghouse, and I think that's a situation, but it was an odd non-play to me. So what do the Kings literally think of Davion? Is he a big part of the future, or is he something that could you move for something that makes your team even better? I don't know the answer to that if you're Phoenix, because I don't know that, contract-wise, what does Davion
Davion is making, I want to say he'll be making about $5 million. He's on his rookie scale.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they could do necessarily. Well, first off, you could make it really incredibly simple. You could opt out of Harrison Barnes, or not opt out, but just not re-sign him. You could trade Davion, and honestly, this might be a really clean move for both, depending on how you feel about the guy. But you could opt off of Harrison Barnes and trade Davion Mitchell straight across for Torrey Craig.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's a small forward. He's older, that's for sure, but is somebody who would fill that small forward spot and add a little bit more defense to your team. I don't necessarily love that move, but again, just looking at what Phoenix has in that range, if you wanted to do something, and again, we're not going to do the whole trade scenario here, but if you wanted to do something and you wanted to add, for example, Rashawn Holmes and that contract in there, that now you're trading out $16 million. and $16 million from the Suns, just looking at the one obvious combination will be Landry Shamet and Campaign. And I think I don't know. I'm not going to speak for Monty McNair, but I think if the Suns came calling with Cameron Payne, I think they might do that.
Yeah.
I think Cameron Payne would be a really, really, really good fit for this team.
Yeah, because the other part about Davion that I found interesting as the year went along too, when he would play off the bench, he was playing a lot with Malik Monk, and Monk was more of the playmaker.
Yeah.
And so Davion now is a smaller guard that can defend, but also isn't giving you the creativity, the ball handling, the scoring, playmaking that generally you want from a backup point guard.
I think I don't know, man.
Works so hard, and I got to believe he's going to be getting better.
The problem here is, yes.
And it's in division with the legit threat in Phoenix.
Well, the problem is, again, like, this team needs defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's your best defensive player.
That's what I mean. Again, I think that goes back to games. How does he not play?
And I'm not, yes. And I'm not saying that Davion Mitchell is untouchable. Of course, he's not untouchable, but you have, I don't know, 2 buckets, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is the defense bucket. They don't have a lot in there. Right. They really don't. Unless there is an organizational philosophy, which you haven't heard of, I haven't heard of, where they say we're just going to outscore everyone and do the best we can.
Yeah.
No one's thinking that they're going to be able to all of a sudden become this defensive masterpiece. But again, pretty much every team that reaches that elite level, and I think it's fair to say that, it's only been 1 year, but the Kings are in the playoffs. And there's no reason to think they can't sustain that next year. They weren't a play-in team. They weren't an 8 seed. They were a 3 seed. So even if they were a 3 seed with their second best or best player, depending on how you look at it, having a broken hand and playing through it. And they didn't get out of the first round in part because they had their 2 best players with broken hands. So my point is this: the expectations for next year, which we'll obviously talk about as we lead up to October, is okay, the next step. But really, you have to kind of in your head decide, were the Kings an overachieving 3 seed, and should that be their mark? Because Jason, if you believe they were a true 3 seed, if you believe that this was a 3 seed and it wasn't a fluke, and it wasn't because of the injuries or lack thereof, and it wasn't because this guy or that guy didn't do the thing, well, then shouldn't championship be talked about? Not expected, but talked about. Right. That there's not much more you can leap beyond you're the 3 seed. There's literally only 2 other seeds you can go. Right. And one of those seeds is about to become an NBA champion. Denver got Aaron Gordon. That helped them. They got Bruce Brown. Helped them. I'm talking about defensively. Boston has what was the reigning defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart. There aren't that many teams that get to that level that don't have some sort of defensive weapon.
Yeah, and I find going back on the year of the Kings very interesting. It's year 1 of Mike Brown. We knew he wanted to see the team improve defensively. I go to game 1. He's starting Casey Okpala. By the end of the year, he's not even on the team.
Right.
And you get to the last game where your best defender on the perimeter doesn't play hardly, and you go to Terrence Davis and other offense. It's interesting. I mean, I don't know that I've totally figured out Mike Brown yet, but I think the label was he's going to get the most out of them defensively, and he still might, but I felt like he leaned a lot towards offense when they needed to win.
I think he did, and I think
which might have been look, they won a ton of games and then went to game 7 against the defending champs.
The best coaches are chameleons based on the roster. You and I both remember once upon a time, remember the whole part of the problem ownership had with Mike Malone, was that he wasn't an offense guy. He's not an offense guy. He's a defense guy. And now he's taken off with Denver, and they play plenty of offense. Mm-hmm. Mike Brown's a defense guy, but what does he have on his roster? Right. We use food. I use food examples all the time. You can't make dessert out of quality dinner ingredients, and vice versa. You have to have those ingredients. And I think the best teams are the ones that have all the ingredients. Kings don't have all the ingredients. So when we're talking about moving Davion Mitchell, I think it's very important to understand that you're not just talking about Davion in a phone booth in you have to talk about it in context. Davion Mitchell is, I think, by a decent margin, the best defender this team has. He is an elite on-ball, top level, top 1% in the NBA on-ball defender.
But has to be utilized that way.
He does have to be utilized that way. And you're right. They're sitting there with he is blocked by De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron ain't going anywhere. He's that guy. But boy, what a commodity to have on the bench.
Yeah, well, we get he's blocked by Fox, but is he also blocked in some sense by Herter, by Monk, by whatever other guard you're going to add to this roster?
I'd like to see the numbers on, is there a Fox-Mitchell backcourt that works?
Yeah.
Is there a lineup that works in there? I'd love to see the numbers on that, because if there is, and it's really, really good, then I think Monty has to take a good look at, we're all talking about replacing Harrison Barnes with this, that, or whatever. Well, is there something else that can happen where you're getting Davion Mitchell more on-floor playing time as opposed to off-the-floor playing time? Good job, Dave. We'll take a break. When we come back, in just 1 minute away, 3 for Madness. Who finds a newer landing spot first? The Madden NFL cover boy Josh Allen has a question, and Saquon Barkley is saying he's unhappy about something. We'll see if he's justified next.
It was an amazing season for the Sacramento Kings. The Coach of the Year.
These honors don't come around often, and so you're very appreciative of them.
The Clutch Player of the Year.
Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
And a return to the playoffs for the first time in 17 years.
16 seasons of frustration. Sacramento has clinched the playoffs.
Keep it on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com for all your Kings off-season news.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Byers Leaf Guard Gutter System and Roofing.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Monday starts out on a cloudy note. We have a couple of sprinkles to go along with the morning drive, but into the afternoon, those clouds will thin out a bit. Highs today in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Get the latest forecasts on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
To protect your home from the top down, start from the roof line up. Get clog-free Byers Leaf Guard gutters, fire-safe roofing from Byers Roofing, and power your home with Byers Solar. Act now for $500 off Byers Leaf Guard gutters at thatsbyers.com.
Greetings from M&S Auto on El Camino just off the Cap City Freeway. And a big thanks to our repeat customers for letting us be your favorite car dealer. Repeat customers make us proud. M&S customers know that they're going to find the car, 4x4, or SUV they want. They'll get treated like family and save thousands. Whether you're a repeat customer or a first-time buyer, welcome. M&S Auto, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
Sacramento Kings basketball is back this summer. Catch 6 games of NBA action and fun for the whole family when the California Classic Summer League returns on July 3rd and 5th. The Kings will host the Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, Miami Heat, and newly added San Antonio Spurs and Charlotte Hornets with the number 1 and number 2 NBA draft picks. 2-day passes start at just $42 and include access to all 6 games. Visit kings.com/California Classic for more information and to buy your tickets today.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Emil Fragoso will join us to talk 49ers for a couple segments. We'll get an update on all their off-season to-dos. That's happening at 9 a.m. A's in Vegas, another special session. So what's that? $750,000 at $250 a pop.
Good lunch.
Yeah, great lunch. And, of course, we're going to talk about the NBA Finals tonight, including more media members. Now, I'm speaking specifically about one that I consider a friend of the program. Has been on this program many times over the years, that just need to stick their heads in the toilet and hit flush when it comes to breaking down Nikola Jokic's postseason. It really, I can't wait for Sam to come on Thursday. It's really turning into almost a little bit of a psychosis, and I think that's kind of how it needs to be looked at. And what I mean by that, and we'll move on here, is you have guys in the media whose egos are so big, they're so reliant on being right rather than reporting what it is. They have laid so far and so hard into the narrative that this guy they've barely watched, this unathletic, pasty dope from Europe, sucks at basketball, but stat pads. And now he's having literally the greatest playoff run in history numerically. And the take I just heard from this guy was, well, I wouldn't call it an all-time playoff run because they've been dominating everyone they've faced. I'm not even.
That's it.
I'm not even joking.
It can't be all-time if you're winning.
I
think I heard part of it too. Hadn't faced like a true peer.
Hadn't faced a true peer except for Anthony Davis and DeAndre Ayton, and I don't know. Like, it's almost like
I think Bam Adebayo's an all-star. I'll check.
You think?
It's so he had to play Embiid in every series.
Every series, Embiid and Giannis. 5 Embiids and 5 Giannis's. Is there something where
didn't Giannis have to play himself 5 times?
Yes. Are these media people, like, are their families being held captive at gunpoint? And if they say anything nice about Denver, I have never seen a team or a player covered like this. It is, man, in the words of a great philosopher, it's getting ridiculous out here, man. Okay, it's getting ridiculous. Question 1. It's getting ridiculous.
Did not have you getting hot this early in the morning.
It's getting ridiculous.
Who finds a new landing spot first? DeAndre Hopkins or Delvin Cook?
Florida State's Dalvin Cook will land in Miami. And that's going to get that's almost a guarantee, it sounds like. First thing he posted on Instagram after he was released was a picture of him in Miami. He has ties to Miami. There's been conversations. I think that could get announced in the next day or two. Dalvin Cook will go to Miami. I don't know where Hopkins is.
Yeah, Hopkins has interviewed and been to a couple spots, just hasn't landed yet, and he's been out there longer. So
doesn't this kind of seem like a Raiders thing?
Hopkins?
Doesn't this seem like a thing where the Raiders would go,
we've got to figure it out.
We'll put, if you have Hopkins and Devontae Adams, we'll pay him a butt ton of money.
And a quarterback to be named later.
Yeah, let's profit. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it won't happen, but it seems like a Raidery kind of move. It just seems Raiderish.
Raider adjacent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Raider adjacent.
Yeah. I'll go just to be opposite. I will take Hopkins.
You are out of your mind. Number 2.
Question 2.
New Madden NFL cover boy Josh Allen posed an interesting question last week. Are there 3 teams in New York?
What does he mean by that?
There's only one team that's in New York.
That's right. No, and that's just geographics. They play in New Jersey, the Jets and Giants.
Joyzy is what they call it.
One team plays in New York, and that is Buffalo, and they play in Buffalo, and they just broke ground on a brand new Buffalo stadium, which would be amazing if it was shaped like a buffalo, but it's not. Here's the thing. Though I enjoy geography, and I love, especially telling New York fans, you have one team in New York. It's not them. Can't do that with a straight face and then talk about my San Francisco 49ers. Can't do it. Look, just,
Clara's.
I get where Josh is coming from, but there's 3 teams in New York. Let's just all calm down.
Yeah, do New Yorkers argue that? Do they get? I feel like it's more of a regional thing. Like here, we say San Francisco 49ers. That's the name. Do we go down to the semantics and go, well, it's technically Santa Clara? Okay.
We've done that before with suburb teams, right?
Sure.
Like you would have had the Inglewood Lakers, the Auburn Hills Pistons.
Here's the deal, dude.
The Thomas Kings.
The Thomas Kings.
If I was a Bills fan, I would 100%. I would be all over this and be like, "Hey, great job! So you all, both your team, you're giving away all of your profit and money and taxes to New Jersey, even though it's your New York teams, but you're going. That's the difference between the Niners situation. Like that, Santa Clara is getting a lot of money. San Francisco isn't, but
California's still getting money.
They're still in California.
Correct.
New Jersey is getting all of this income. They go across the bridge, play there, spend all their money there, and then come back to New York and they wear the New York on the jersey. Like that is a little different.
It is.
But you're not putting a stadium, although how dope would this be? But you're not putting a football stadium in Manhattan. But
right
a football, oh my God, football. Did you hear what they're doing, by the way? They just got approval for this where they're during prime hours, they're now going to start charging people for going into Manhattan, like downtown, like up to like $24.
You got to get a ticket.
Like you have to, it's like a toll into, like there's already a ton of tolls.
Via car, via subway, all of the above?
Yeah, like you gotta, I think it's just car, but you gotta, if you're gonna drive in Manhattan, because the traffic's just so bad.
Yeah, and I've been to Manhattan. I would never want to drive there.
Ever.
Yeah. Yep.
Terrifying.
We literally spent our last dollar on the RV trip hiring a guy to drive that RV because none of us, we had to go to New York to meet KJ. None of us were driving there.
I don't blame you on that.
None
that
of
was
us.
a good decision.
Well, yeah, and then he ends up crashing into a UPS truck.
Happens.
Number 3.
Question 3.
Speaking of New York, Saquon Barkley is unsure if anything that's done with the Giants. Will this be Barkley's last year in New York?
Guys. Yeah, New Jersey. Get it right, pal.
Sorry. New Jersey Giants.
Tough to say, which is not an answer. Okay, he's 26. I hope not, because he's the best thing they got going. And the fact of the matter is they
shaded Daniel Jones.
Yeah, shaded Daniel Jones, who they are paying like $700 million to.
That's a lot.
Like,
can I have some?
Has Daniel Jones did I miss?
Led them to the playoffs?
He's been to the playoffs.
I mean,
heart of a champion.
And he went to Duke.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Jones is a fine player, and he might even turn out to be a great player. But I think Saquon Barkley I think is the most exciting thing on that roster. And Saquon, I thought, said it very well. He said, I'm not looking to break records. I'm not looking to be the highest paid player in my position. I'm looking at the market, and I want fair market value. And if they do that, I'll sign it. Like, I'm here and ready to sign it. And I think that's a very good response from him. In defending the Giants, Jason, it's like, well, Saquon, you've also, like, before last year, played for 5 minutes.
Right, been hurt every year. Last year he was good, and last year he kind of revitalized that. And I think the fans, I think they support him and like him. I don't know. I mean, New York can be pretty tough. But it feels like that's an area if Saquon's not get crazy demands, I feel like they can make this work.
I think so too. I think ultimately they need to make it work. They need each other. But then again, Dalvin Cook, just here you go. If any of you all decided to hold on to Alexander Madison, congratulations, because that's your starting running back for the Vikings.
You kept him in your keeper?
I'm going to say this. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Vikings going to have less wins than they had last year.
Think so?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a big football prognosticator.
It'll be very interesting to see where Madison was great as a backup.
Bumgarner.
And you may just plug and play the guy. If you plug and play the guy, what do you need Dalvin Cook for? I get it, salary wise, but that's just the way the NFL works, man. It is the most brutal sport, and you get cut for whatever.
Yeah, especially at that position.
I mean, just imagine, like, I don't know, what would be the basketball equivalent of cutting Dalvin Cook? It wouldn't be cutting De'Aaron Fox and putting Davion Mitchell in there.
What's the position, probably center, that's least valued? You like cutting DeAndre Ayton, maybe?
Yeah, that's a good call.
That's trying to think of
maybe
somebody.
Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, well, you're talking about all. Was Cook a Pro Bowler this year? I mean,
I think everybody's
been like 4 years in a row or something.
Everybody's a Pro Bowler,
and Jason has a point.
That is true. You 2 years ago, as a matter of fact.
It
was the first year they didn't go to Hawaii, and you're upset about that. We'll take.
Jason was really against the whole flag football thing. Actually, got ejected for tackling a guy.
When you thought he was celebrating a goal.
Yeah, and Dalvin Cook has been a 4-time Pro Bowler.
And then I went to the sidelines and punched McGregor.
Boom! Right in the chin.
Right.
Also, part owner of the FCF Zappers.
Oh, the FCF Zappers are amazing. When we come back, we will talk about the FCF Zappers. But before that, let's go pick apart a team as we vulture our way through the NBA as Sacramento Kings fans. The Charlotte Hornets are on the clock, and what I assume will be a super comfortable conversation. We'll do that next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
Because the UFO's not in their driveway, Rami. It's miles away.
I feel like we would have seen it.
I'm saying you don't like the quality of the video that we have.
Because we have clear video of everything that happens everywhere. John Morant is flashing guns, and every time it happens, somehow it's on Instagram. Nobody's got a clear shot of an alien or a UFO of non-human origin.
What are you failing to pick up that I'm putting down?
What are you failing to pick up that I'm putting down here?
It's thousands of miles away, Rami.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Hey there. Jason Ross here to tell you about my friends at ACR Solar and ACR Home Services. So many different things they can provide for you, whether for us, like it was a brand new roof. We were in that spot almost a year ago now where we needed a new roof for our home. And we'd been in our home for a long time. And we knew when we purchased the house, at some point, we were going to need to get that brand new roof. Well, that point came. And now we're so thankful that we've made it through because it looks great. But the most important thing is the peace of mind. We don't worry about our roof anymore. We can have a bad storm, super hot days, whatever elements we deal with here in Northern California and Sacramento. We're going to be just fine with the brand new roof thanks to ACR Solar and Home Services. But maybe it is solar, pool services, anything else for your house. There might be some need. Go to acrsolar.com. Check out what they can provide for you because they are thorough. They keep to their word, their fair pricing, all the different things you look for in a company. I'm telling you, ACR has got it for you. So go check it out at acrsolar.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Monday starts out on a cloudy note. We have a couple of sprinkles to go along with the morning drive, but into the afternoon, those clouds will thin out a bit. Highs today in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Get the latest forecasts on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for all your favorite models at low prices and payments, plus low finance rates and zero down deals with approved credit. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
At Wells Fargo, if you accidentally overdraw your account, we give you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with an extra day?
Sunday night and I have the Sunday scaries.
Honey, don't be scared. Every weekend comes with an extra day now.
All right. TGI Sunday.
It helps to have an extra day. When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/getextra to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to timing requirements and the bank's funds availability policy. Wells Fargo Bank N.A. member FDIC.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. Good morning and happy Monday with your Sactown Sports Headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Tonight is Game 5 of the NBA Finals in Denver. The Nuggets are up 3-1 and look to close out Miami tonight, but Jimmy Butler says not so fast.
We didn't come this far to stop playing now, no matter what the odds are, the analytics. When we get out there, we just got to compete. We got to win one, and then we got to win another one, and then we got to win another one.
Tip-off is tonight at 5:30. Former Sacramento King Bobby Jackson is headed to Philadelphia, where he will be part of new head coach Nick Nurse's bench. Jackson played 6 seasons in Sacramento and has been the head coach of Sacramento's G League affiliate in Stockton the last 2 years. The Oakland A's have won 5 games in a row, and the Giants got back in the win column yesterday with a 13-3 victory over the Chicago Cubs. Giant shortstop Brandon Crawford pitched for the very first time in his career in the 9th inning, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports 49ers insider Emil Fergoso joins us in studio at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. If you missed that appearance, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
All right, real quick, because we were talking about this off the air, and guys, I'm just going to bring this exact question on the air that we talked about off the air when it comes to John Sterling. If you don't know what I'm referring to, and you didn't see it over the weekend, legendary Yankees play-by-play voice John Sterling. He's the guy that goes, Yankees win, Yankees win, Yankees win. And you may love or hate that call, but John's a legend. So over the weekend, he's calling the game, and foul ball was hit, and it hit him.
Yes.
Hard.
Yeah, right in the face, kind of part of the glasses, right?
Yeah, like the glasses did not return for the end of the game, which, by the way, he stayed in and called the rest of the game, which sounded like flawlessly. And well, you know what? It's probably better. Let me just really quick. Let me play the call for you.
Now the 3-2 swung on, a pop foul back here. Ow! 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 It really hit me. I didn't know it was coming back that far. So once again, it'll be a 3-2.
Okay. So, and by the way, radio doesn't do that justice. Go watch the video. Like it.
Oh, it
hit him hard. I don't know how he recovered that quickly, to be honest with you. And the fact also that his reaction was ow, 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 and not, something unprintable. But here's my question. Is it like, can they do more to protect these guys? I know this is rare, but like, I don't know. I know a screen necessarily wouldn't help.
They would probably complain about that. Not the announcers, because you just rather have a clean line of sight.
Maybe each team hires a kid that with a glove, and your job is to protect because that's an awful long way up.
Yeah.
I just felt bad for John.
I did too.
Anyways, he's a pro. He finished the game. Good for him. And if you get a chance, I mean, between that, we got to figure out, you know what? There was a trifecta. John Sterling getting clocked in the dome by a foul ball.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie the mascot getting knocked out by Conor McGregor. And what's his name? Hadwin
getting tackled on the green.
Getting trucked by security on the green. It was just a weirdly physical weekend in sports.
Yeah.
That being said, the Sacramento Kings are not playing sports right now. They are in Cancun or wherever they are, getting ready, hopefully, for, screw that. I hope they're not getting ready. I hope they're taking time off and clearing their heads, and soon it will be time to return to Sacramento and get ready for next season in just 3 months. So we go around the league and we look at teams and what the Kings could do or who they could grab. And we start, Jay put up the Charlotte Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
And the Charlotte Hornets are quite possibly the most difficult team for me to analyze in the entire NBA. In fact, I will say they are the most.
Why is that?
Because they have the perfect player for the Kings. They have the absolute perfect player for the Sacramento Kings, Miles Bridges. He's perfect. He is an absolutely perfect player for the Sacramento Kings. And you can't bring him over here. You shouldn't bring him over here.
Did you see my notes on him?
Restricted free agent / terrible person. Yeah, I'm with you. It's like having, I don't know what the comparison is, and I don't want to screw around with domestic abuse and be funny there, because it's not. What I'm saying is, I don't know what it would be that you really, really want, but you can't have something that's, there. You want to reach out for it. As I'm talking purely from an NBA standpoint, Bridges is phenomenal. He's athletic as all get out. He can play both sides of the ball. He is the anti-Harrison Barnes when it comes to Harrison's a great athlete, don't get me wrong, and he has hops and all that fun stuff, but they're just different players.
Yeah.
But you can't touch them. So now, that being said, it would be interesting to see some of the gymnastics that would happen here if that did happen, and how long it goes from, oh my God, I just read about what he did. How is this even possible? Well, I mean, did he pay? He did pay his dues.
Yeah. So on that form, though, do you think he's done? Or a team will be interested?
I think a team, and I honestly think it may have to be the Hornets. But then again,
I want to point out, I don't believe they have offered him the qualifying offer yet.
I don't think that either,
because he missed all of last year.
And you have to ask yourself a question: what's the difference?
Was he paid last year though?
I don't know.
I don't know,
because I don't ever remember a formal suspension. I could be wrong. I'll look it up.
So the question here with him, you ask if he's done. I mean, look, he is a young, talented. He's 25 years old. Again, we're talking purely about his playmaking and his numbers. He averaged 2 years ago when he was 23, a little over 20 points a game, 7 boards, 4 assists on 49% shooting. Tremendous growth opportunity with this guy who already was, him and LaMelo Ball for a minute. It was like, oh my God, this is the future of the NBA.
Right.
But what's the difference?
I'm sorry, real quick. He's an unrestricted free agent.
He is.
He would have had the qualifying offer this past season.
Okay.
That's my fault.
Now, look, this is where it gets real tricky. And by the way, I'm not judge nor juror over anyone and how they feel. And I'm not here to virtue signal or do whatever. I personally would not want him on the team. That is my opinion. But there is no denying that there is probably again, do the impossible. Take the off court out of the equation. There's no better value option in the NBA for the Sacramento. He is a perfect fit. You're probably getting him for something like 2 years, $20 million, something bargain rate for somebody of his abilities. And he slides right in, and you have an instant upgrade in certain parts at the 3. But what's the difference between he and Trevor Bauer, other than wasn't he convicted of something and Bauer wasn't? And Trevor Bauer's playing on like the 4th rung of Japanese ball right now.
Baseball, yeah.
So I don't know I'm going back to you asking, is he done? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Would you be interested in anything else there, like Gordon Hayward, Oubre, PJ Washington?
I have absolutely zero interest in Gordon Hayward.
Okay.
Just because of the price tag and his lack of durability. I think this city has long flirted with PJ Washington. And part of that might be, didn't he drop like 41 on us the other year?
He had a incredible to me, he's a little bit inconsistent seemingly, but all of this comes down to what would the price be for something like that. He is a unrestricted free agent.
Well, and with him, it's a little bit of the, rest in peace, the late great Lorenzen Wright principle I always used to think of, which is Lorenzen Wright used to absolutely destroy Sacramento. Like, I mean, whether he was a Hawk, a Clipper, just destroy us. That doesn't mean he would do the same thing for Sacramento.
Right.
But not for nothing. We've seen it. The NBA Finals are a great example of this. There's guys that come out of Charlotte that are way better once they get into better environments.
I'm with you, dude. I would have absolutely no problem. By the way, I'd have either PJ Washington or Kelly Oubre Jr. Bring them. As long as it's not some stupid contract. As long as it's not something, insane. But if you're able to get them at a market value contract, and I think the Kings are done having to pay a Sacramento tax. They may have to pay a California tax.
Yeah.
But having to pay a Sacramento tax, I think players want to play here. I'd be pretty excited with either Kelly Oubre or PJ Washington. By the way, Oubre is 27, Washington's 24. One is a shooting guard, one is a power forward. Hell, I'd take both of them.
Yeah, and are they upgrades from Barnes in one sense? Like, because again, the Barnes is shifting around, whether it's you keep Barnes with Murray, potentially Sasha coming over here, Trey Lyles, kind of run it back with a few tweaks, or is it clear out Barnes, add one of those guys, and are you that much better? And how will they look with the group you've got?
Right. No, that's a very good point. We'll take a break. When we come back, the A's in Vegas, they're just rolling around in special sessions. Resumes today. We'll give you a preview of what to expect. And I used to say, more exciting than the on the field A's, but not so fast. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to hear this on Sactown Sports?
Handoff McCaffrey. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Or how about this?
Feel super, baby! The 5-time Super Bowl champions, and they're looking for number 6.
Catch every Niners game during the 2023 season
On your home for the 49ers.
Sactown Sports.
Get to Acura of Stockton, where precision-crafted performance is at your fingertips. Elevate your driving experience with a vehicle that's built to impress. Acura of Stockton has a great selection of new Acuras and customer service that will exceed your expectations. And right now, lease a new Acura TLX, MDX, or Integra with low lease rates available. Take luxury to a whole new level in a new Acura from Acura of Stockton. See all our inventory and specials at AcuraofStockton.com.
At Ashton & Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton & Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton & Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
It ignites something inside of you. It's Thunder Valley's $20,000 20th anniversary cash giveaway. 5 winners on Friday and Saturday nights in June. One very lucky guest wins $20,000 guaranteed. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Introducing the new My Plan from Verizon. With My Plan, you pick only the perks you want and save on every one. So you get exactly what you want in your phone plan and only pay for what you need. And for a limited time only, get the amazing iPhone 14 Pro on us when you switch with select trade-in and unlimited plus. Act now and get iPhone 14 Pro with My Plan at your Verizon store today. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line required. $200 Verizon e-gift card sent within 8 weeks with ported. Less up to $800 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR. Trading conditions and additional terms apply.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate plus 2 times O Rewards points with the purchase of select AC Pro ready-to-use refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. If your vehicle's AC is blowing hot air, beat the heat with AC Pro at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save. Right now, buy a DeWalt 20-volt max brushless drill kit for just $99. That's $60 in total savings. Plus, earn up to 3 times the bonus points per dollar when you buy select Eaton multi-packs. Shop in-store or online for deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Valid 6/1 through 7/5 while supplies last. U.S. only. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 6/30. Subject to change.
For a business to thrive, there needs to be a constant stream of new customers. This happens through strong lead generation. Did you know that lead generation is one of the most important tools of any marketing campaign? Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products and services to them. To get started today, contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results today.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Welcome back. All right, Dave, Jason Ross. Approaching the halfway point of the program. We appreciate you for showing up, hanging out. Earl on the chat said, Kelly Oubre would not be an upgrade. PJ Washington might. I would just invite Earl to watch Kelly Oubre and, or maybe look at his numbers last year. Kelly Oubre is not perfect, but he's one of the more underrated players in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah. I wonder, again, this is me saying something probably irresponsible that I don't know.
Yeah.
He's bounced a lot of teams.
You think it's one of those things?
I wonder if there's everything's all right there with Mr. Oubre. I mean, for the talent and age and what he does provide for teams, he's been on a lot of teams in a short amount of time.
Yeah, he has. He has, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Charlotte is his 4th team.
Only 4?
Yeah, well, I think
more.
Yeah, 4 years with Washington, 2 Phoenix, 1 year with Golden State, 2. That's still 4 teams in a
short amount of time.
The
and he was good in all those spots.
The I can tell you right now, I think he'd fit in great with this team. But you're also talking about a shooting guard on a team that already has Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter. So
they list him as a shooting guard?
Yeah, which
anyway, I feel like he's like small. Whatever. They move people around.
He's a small 3, but I think he's more of a 3. The biggest problem I can tell you right now with Kelly Oubre Jr. being on this team is my wife will not shut the hell up. I can promise you. Anytime Kelly Oubre is on the screen, Oh my God, his eyes. Have you looked at his eyes? That's all I got to hear about. She is smitten with Kelly. And I'm not going to lie.
That enough.
Look, he's a good looking man with eyes that you want to disappear into. I'm not saying nothing. But I don't need to hear that on the couch when, we're down 3 in the fourth quarter. That is not the time to be smitten with Kelly Oubre Jr. After the game, be smitten.
Yes.
The A's are smitten with Las Vegas. There's your transition right there. They're smitten with Vegas. The special session resumes today. And it appears they've got a few days to win some folks over, bribe some folks, do what they got to do to make it happen.
That's never worked before.
Never.
Bribing politicians.
Let me ask you something just straight up, Jason, at this point with everything going on, as we'll break everything down, but do you think they're going to Vegas?
No.
I do.
You do?
But I 100% could flip over to you. Yeah, I'm saying if you put a gun to my head, I'd say Vegas. It's just there's too much going on, and now all of a sudden you've got here's the problem. You have like political reputations on the line. I keep going back to ever since I saw Governor Joe Lombardo put it out on Governor Stationery that A's and this and that. We're gonna figure out a preliminary agreement. Oh God, okay, that's scary to me because now's where all the backroom gross dealing happens.
Yeah, I guess, and a lot of this I find myself paralleling to the Kings, which is what we do know and what we've lived through. When Anaheim was mentioned, I mean, I don't know. I remember not thinking it was going to happen. Virginia Beach, I'm like, no. Seattle, I'm like, uh-oh. And then when like Ballmer was involved and went, this is trouble.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. That's the first time when there was a name attached with financial backing. I went, this is not a good sign for the Kings.
No.
I really felt like that was happening. And who was the other guy? Hansen?
Hansen and Ballmer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Hansen.
So it just felt like there's too much money. That makes sense. A city that's so Vegas. I just don't even know where Vegas is in this. I don't even know that they're that interested in the A's.
There's something going on there. There's so much weird happening right now. You have the lawmakers, you have the casino money, you have the lobbies, you have the unions, lobbyists, you have the unions, like all the old thing is, everyone wants sausage, but no one wants to see how laws and sausages are made. You don't want to see it.
But like if you go to the Raiders, when that was really, crafted also from Jerry Jones and other people that wanted the LA market and didn't want Mark Davis in LA. But then once Vegas was a possibility, that seemed to work pretty easily. And yet a lot of people pushing, a lot of the right people pushing. If Rob Manfred's in front of this, okay, what's that doing?
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Fisher probably wants this to happen. That doesn't seem to be doing much. Do the people of Vegas, we need some big people, and maybe they're behind the scenes that I don't know of, but I feel like there's too many loopholes.
Well,
here.
To your point, when the Raiders went to Vegas, Mark Davis obviously owned the team, but this was a Sheldon Adelson versus Jerry Jones. Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones came in the Dallas Cowboys and really was Mark Davis's biggest ally in the whole thing. And they managed to pants arguably the most powerful man in Las Vegas and Sheldon and do a little bit of an end around and get a sweetheart of a deal. But there was a lot of those politics that went into that. I don't know that the A's have any of that. They don't have any of that cachet. First off, they're not the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, they're not the Raiders. And thirdly, they're the third professional team in 5 years to come to Vegas. And there might just be a little bit of fatigue there, especially when you've already got some funds tied up. But this is where you've got trade-offs happening. This is where one politician says, who wants this to happen, goes to the other and says, okay, we need your yes vote. And in return, oh, hey, that Air Force base is going to get refunded for another 4 years. And you've got my vote there. I mean, they're just trading back and forth now.
Yeah, timing is everything. If this is, 7 years ago before the Golden Knights, maybe it's happened already.
Right.
Like, hey,
I think it has.
Yeah, but now you've got a hockey team that's one win away from winning a cup.
That's right.
You've got a Raider team that's still the NFL, and they're popular there. The Aces for the WNBA is killing it there. I mean, they've got a lot of different things, plus Vegas and shows and everything else. Oh, yeah, sure. If it works, great. But if not, I I don't know. I feel like there's too many things. And this, like, they can't even get these sessions right. It looks like those that are involved are agitated by this.
They are, because they have to go. So Carson City is right near the California border. It's in northern Nevada. You got Reno, Carson City up here, and then you got Vegas and everything down there. And, 80%, 70% of the population in the whole state is down in the Vegas, Henderson area. You have all these legislators that, listen, not asking anyone to feel bad or defending these legislators. I'm just simply, if you're wondering why they're salty, the session's over. Kids are out of school. We're going to Epcot's Great Adventure or whatever. They've got vacations planned. They have things they're doing. They have events happening at home that they have to cancel while their wives or husbands are back home, raising hell, and their kids are like, I want to see Goofy, and they have to go up to Carson City
to talk about a thing that doesn't seem to be well crafted and designed, and where the A's are asking for everything.
Right. They're not in a good mood about it. Now, the other part of that might be you might have a couple people who are like, okay, I just want to go to Disneyland. So, yeah, fine. You can have my yes vote. Are we done? Because in the meantime, this is at least the third, if not the fourth, but I think it's the third special session. They estimated the cost, as we said last week, of each one at $250,000. So we're now up to $750,000. And if they have another one tomorrow, that's a clear $1 million. So my thing is this, I don't have the exact math, but about 1,215 more special sessions, and that we're at $380 million.
That's how you do it.
You might as well just go there and do that. It's a weird situation, man. And
plus there's a timeline a little bit attached to it, correct?
Yeah.
So,
and we're not giving enough credit to this either. And I don't know where this conversation hasn't really happened publicly yet from the Nevada side, but I got to imagine it's in their head. We got football, we got hockey, we want baseball and basketball. Basketball is all but sewn up. It's coming. We want baseball so bad, and this is honestly a pretty good deal, but does it have to be this baseball team? Because we don't want John Fisher.
Right.
And if I'm a legislator, I'm finding a way to have a private conversation with John Fisher and saying, hey, listen, you got my vote.
Yeah.
And we've said this before, just announce that you'll sell within X years.
Right.
We don't want your ownership.
Yeah.
We don't want to. The Knights came here and were awesome.
Right.
And are about to win a Stanley Cup. The Raiders are inept, but hey, it's the Raiders.
Yeah. Well, and also, I don't know if this, back to the timing is everything. Isn't it tomorrow that's the A's boycott day?
Yes.
The reverse boycott.
Yeah. So again, I don't know what that will do in the big picture. I'm glad that there's some kind of a effort there, but I wonder how that'll look.
Yeah.
The other side of that too is because you talk about the A's and hey, do we want Major League Baseball and just not this team? It never says anywhere in any part of the bill that this is a stadium for the A's. This is for MLB. It says that very clearly, and I don't think that's just a footnote.
Well, and they're having, to your point, Jay, it's a good one. They're having to be very careful, I think, in the sense that you don't want to put anything on the record that's going to come back and bite you if you don't get the A's and then an expansion team wants to come in. Okay, well, now they need $350 million. And with the A's, you're like, never should happen, homeless and education. And then expansion comes and you're like,
you're all in.
You're all in. And they're like, well, what about, is there no more homeless or anyways?
Not right now.
Not right now. Not as much. Yeah. By the way, lastly, you brought up the reverse boycott, which you've got A's fans that are going to, instead of boycotting the game, they're going to attend the game is the idea. And I think they raised money for shirts that say sell the team. And I know a handful of the people involved in the whole thing. I love A's fans, and obviously we can all appreciate what they're doing and the feeling of helplessness. This is such a horrifically bad idea, in my opinion, because unless you sell the thing out, and they won't, I would say the over-under on attendance is around 13,000. You're basically, all you're doing is, first off, you're putting a little bit of money in the pockets, which would be fine if you sold it out. But then you're also giving just even more ammo that, like, well, hey, they had this whole big reverse boycott thing for one game, and they could only get 13,000 people. It's just ammo for the other side saying the A's don't have any fans. I'll say it again, and I know we got a break. you want to really get bang for your buck, get those Sell the Team shirts and go boycott every A sponsor. Go stand in front of their storefronts with picket signs and sell the team shirts and get on television. It's far better use of your time. But I get it. You want to do something. I totally get it. I really do. We'll take a break. When we come back, is this it for the NBA? Is tonight the last night? Does Denver get crowned the champion? We'll do that next.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Sinking, that's going to get down for a hit. Around third, your scorer is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.
Sactown Sports, your weekend home for the Oakland A's.
Sactown Sports coverage of the Oakland A's is brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
You know what time it is. It's time to trade up to a brand new Kia at Folsom Lake Kia. Trade up to all the newest technology and an industry-leading warranty. Shop Folsom Lake Kia, family-owned for over 20 years.
Summer's here, and the deals are heating up at Fasteners Tool Outlet. You'll find scorching deals next Saturday on Makita Tools. Get 2 free batteries with the purchase of a circular saw kit and get $50 off any 40-volt tool kit. Fasteners Tool Outlet is turning up the heat on Makita Summer Savings next Saturday. Buy a 2-piece combo kit and get 2 extra free batteries. Come into Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
Hey guys, did you know June is Men's Health Month? Prioritize your health and address those issues you've been ignoring. Revive Men's Health Sacramento has guaranteed low T and ED solutions. Book your free exam and T-check today and save $199. And find out how you can get a free 1-month supply of custom ED medication. Call 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com today.
Introducing the new My Plan from Verizon. With My Plan, you pick only the perks you want and save on every one. So you get exactly what you want in your phone plan and only pay for what you need. And for a limited time only, get the amazing iPhone 14 Pro on us when you switch with select trade-in and unlimited plus. Act now and get iPhone 14 Pro with My Plan at your Verizon store today. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line required. $200 Verizon e-gift card sent within 8 weeks with Ported. Less up to $800 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR. Trade-in conditions and additional terms apply.
O'Reilly. Stay cool this summer with AC Pro and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate plus 2 times O Rewards points with the purchase of select AC Pro ready-to-use refrigerant products that include a hose and gauge. If your vehicle's AC is blowing hot air, beat the heat with AC Pro at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn your highway into a smile with Elk Grove Kia.
Have you ever needed a second chance? A chance at a do-over? Elk Grove Kia thinks everyone deserves a second chance, and yet too many folks don't get that second chance they need or deserve. Well, Elk Grove Kia wants you to know we've got you covered. With over 100 years of combined experience in financing, we have the connections and knowledge to get you the approval that others just can't. Doesn't matter if you have late payments, charge-offs, bankruptcies, or repos. If you can make the payment, we can find a way to get you on the road with a new set of keys. Elk Grove Kia can even make all this happen with little to no money down. Don't wait. Enjoy your summer with a new set of wheels. Get started today at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, or check us out online at elkgrovekia.com.
Turn your highway into a smile with Elk Grove Kia.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your home for the Oakland A's every weekend.
And it's swung on line to left center, base hit, and the A's have won it on a walk-off line drive, base hit to left center.
Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines. Good morning and happy Monday with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Tonight is Game 5 of the NBA Finals in Denver. The Nuggets are up 3-1 and look to close out Miami tonight, but Jimmy Butler says not so fast.
We didn't come this far to stop playing now, no matter what the odds are, the analytics. When we get out there, we just got to compete. We got to win one, and then we got to win another one, and then we got to win another one.
Tip-off is tonight at 5:30. Former Sacramento King Bobby Jackson is headed to Philadelphia, where he will be part of new head coach Nick Nurse's bench. Jackson played 6 seasons in Sacramento and has been the head coach of Sacramento's G League affiliate in Stockton the last 2 years. The Oakland A's have won 5 games in a row, and the Giants got back in the win column yesterday with a 13-3 victory over the Chicago Cubs. Giants shortstop Brandon Crawford pitched for the very first time in his career in the 9th inning, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports 49ers insider Emil Fergoso joins us in studio at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. If you missed that appearance, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
My biggest concern going into any closeout game is human nature and fighting against that. You're up 3-1, and most teams, when you're up 3-1, they come up for air, they relax, and they just kind of take it for granted that, we're going to win this. And the neat thing for us is that going back to the bubble, we've been down 3-1 before, and we've come back and won, and we know anything is possible. And that's why, like, my message to our team before we came down to the media in the open portion of practices was our approach has to be that we're down 3-1. They're desperate. We have to be more desperate. They're hungry. We have to be hungrier. And there is no celebrating after game 4. We have another game that we have to win. And the closeout game is always the hardest game ever. So I'm looking forward to seeing our approach. We had it in game 6 against Phoenix. We had it in game 5 against Minnesota. We had it in game 4 against the Lakers. And my hope is that tomorrow night, in front of just an unbelievable crowd, incredible environment, that our players understand the opportunity in front of them and take full advantage of it.
That's Michael.
Get him, Coach.
That's Michael Malone. And he's right. And I think in his attitude, we talked about this at the very beginning of the show and leading off. He's got that Lou Holtz, like, hey, listen, we got lucky in the first 3. And I expect Miami to win the next 3. We're really the underdog here. No, you're not, Coach, but I get it.
Yeah, you're the better team. You got the better weapons. You've been playing better. You're at home. But, yeah, I mean, you can't let your guard down. I mean, Miami, to their credit, why Miami is here is they're relentless.
Yeah.
And they fight. They're going to do all that. They're just not as good. But, again, if Denver's not careful, yeah, they can make this a little scary for themselves. So, do what you've done. I think Coach Malone uses that term, stay true to themselves. If they do what they've done and play their style, it should be a good night for them.
Are we in the middle of some sort of a cool little renaissance? And what I mean by that is, Golden State it seems like Golden State wins the title every year. But I don't need to remind you of this, Jason. Prior to 8 years ago, they were like a doormat.
Mm-hmm.
And then in just the last few years, you had Toronto get a championship, Milwaukee get a championship, and now you might Denver winning a championship. These are all 3 relatively, and I'm aware of Milwaukee's history.
Sacramento,
right? Hi. I mean, in Denver and Toronto's case, these are first-time champions. And in Golden State, at least in 15, in Milwaukee,
it's been a long time.
It's been a really long time. Like, I love the fact that, over the last 13 years, the Lakers and Celtics have combined for a title.
Yeah.
That's good.
That is good. I mean, but you also have, in that stretch, you also have, what do we have, 4 straight years of Cavs Warriors?
Yes. Yeah,
so
that wasn't good. I mean, it was and it wasn't.
There was good basketball in there. There was some years you're like, okay, this is a mismatch. I think it probably, by and large, is good for the sport if it's spread around a little bit.
I agree.
But I don't know what this means. I mean, I think Denver's going to be the team to beat.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think never going to be the favorite if they win it tonight. Let's say they're the favorite next year. Let's say they lose nobody. Do you think
they'll be on the top of the list?
I think they'll
near
be top
the top.
3. Yeah. Top 3 or 4.
But there's going to be Phoenix.
Yeah.
And by the way, the Lakers are up there again just because.
Hey, here's Boston.
Yeah.
I mentioned this earlier. This is I don't know who the other guy is. I'll find out and credit him, or I don't even know if he wants credit. And a friend of the show, Chris Mannix. Chris Mannix has been asked about Nikola Jokic, and is this a historic run for him in the playoffs? And this is just a microcosm of how Nikola Jokic has been covered by a lot of national media.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't look at it as an all-time great playoff run because of kind of what you alluded to. They didn't have a peer really that they went up against, an equal. Phoenix, as talented as they were, we all knew the flaws with that team, not the least of which was chemistry, of having only played a handful of games together before the playoffs started. I was as on board with the Lakers as anyone. I give the Nuggets credit for rolling through them in 4 straight, but they were certainly a flawed team. And now it's Miami. And I'm not going to dismiss Miami as just an 8 seed. Miami's better than that, but it's not the, I'd probably feel differently about Jokic if he had gone through Boston or Milwaukee or in a matchup with Joel Embiid in Philadelphia. So I think it's a playoff run that elevates him. I don't know if it elevates him to that top tier stratosphere. I mean,
okay. I love Chris. Again, friend of the show. We bring him on, talk about boxing, MMA, and basketball. He should be drug tested.
Yeah.
That is, bro. You don't know if this elevates Jokic because they have no peer. Is maybe that's because they're dominant. You yourself said you had the Lakers, and I'll bet you he picked the Suns over the Nuggets, and then the Nuggets beat him, and then it's like, well, they weren't that great. You would feel better had he gone against real centers, or gone against Boston, gone through Joel Embiid. He went through Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns to DeAndre Ayton to Anthony Davis. And now they're roughing up a team that went through Boston.
And Milwaukee.
And they're up 3-1 on them. And
Yeah.
they just won 2 games in Miami against Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra and Heat Culture and Jimmy Buckets. Like, at what kind of mental gymnastics do you have to do to say a guy who's a game away from a championship with his team, who's averaging 31 points, 13.5 boards, 8 assists, who's leading the playoffs in points, rebounds, assists, and win shares? Leading the playoffs.
Yeah.
But,
Well, and the thing is, too, I think, and the question was this an all-time great playoff run? Like, if the only thing I could see right now with Jokic is not wanting to put him in one of the all-time greats yet, like in the history of the league. But the playoff run, I don't know what other comparison you can have. Every night they show it, like he's the first to do this by halftime, the first to have these totals by the end of the game. This is the first to have this. I mean, everything he's doing is historically great. I guess the counter question would have been, then who has had better playoff runs? And if he has a list of 10, then okay. But I don't know that he has a list of 10.
By the way, to your points, because you said 10.
And even if it's 11th, that's still a great playoff run. And
It's
that's
really
a stretch, but-
good.
Yeah.
The Denver Nuggets are 9-1 in their last 10.
Mm-hmm.
They've won 9 of 10 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they're in the finals.
Yeah.
So between the semifinals, the conference finals, and the NBA finals, They've won 9 of 10. And the one they lost was a 3-point loss at home.
Right.
Which was their first home loss and only home loss, of the playoffs. Like, it's an all-time run for this guy.
Yeah.
And if you're on the side of, and nothing personal to anyone, but if you're on the side of the fact that, I'm not saying you have to call him Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem.
Right.
I get it. I get where you're like.
No, I would say
with
like
you.
All I'm saying on that is just wait.
Right.
Like, I mean, what if he does this next year?
I'm with you.
And he does it again? Now the conversation's going to change year by year. But right now, in the right now of what this playoff run is, I don't know how you can acknowledge that it's great. And to just pick it apart, and I've even seen that, well, they did beat a couple of play-in teams. All right, well, first of all, that's a new narrative. Right. A 1 seed's always going to open up with an 8. So in the past, that wasn't called a play-in team. So now we have one. The Lakers, okay, they happen to advance, so that's another one. The Heat, you're counting that as a play-in team? It's like, okay, well.
I don't get it.
And the other part about Phoenix, too, when he's like, well, we all know they're flawed. So what we had just said is the season, if it ends tonight, Phoenix will be in the top 3 lists of favorite teams, but they're flawed.
But now they're flawed.
Without adding a single player. And by the way, they might lose their Hall of Fame point guard.
Right.
But yet they're still going to be ranked 3rd, probably, but they're flawed. It's just people.
I was as big a Lakers guy as anyone, which means you had them favored, and they swept them.
Mm-hmm.
So now basically, we're going to pick against Denver until they win. And then when they win, well, you know what? This wasn't a very good team they were matched up against. They haven't played anyone. So Michael Jordan so a lot of those Bulls teams never played anyone. I guess they just went through the league like warm butter, and Michael Jordan was a fraud.
Yeah, I remember there's narratives for him. Well, he never had to face the same team. Like it was always, who was it? Utah and then Seattle. He was facing all these different teams all the time.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Patrick Ewing might have been one of the all-time greats, but Michael Jordan kept him from being that.
That's
or some of
true.
these other teams,
That's
Peyton
very
and
true.
Kemp and Stockton and Malone. Well, they never won a title because Jordan kept them from getting there.
It's asinine. I'm really disappointed. I love Chris. I'm disappointed in that take. We'll take a break. By the way, Miami has lost 5 of 7.
Yeah.
Denver's won 9 of 10. Miami's lost 5 of 7. The Sacramento Kings lose a coach to another team, but not who we thought it would be. We'll tell you who next.
The King season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
We, as a team, have a ways to go. This is something that you want to be able to build off of.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now.
Ooma.
What is that? Meditation?
I'm recommending the Ooma cloud phone system with auto attendant and more than 50 features.
Ooma?
Yep. Switching to Ooma is a cinch. Just $24.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Now you're feeling it. Find small business calm at ooma.com/radio. That's OOMA.com/radio.
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans and will help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey.
Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross. Taking you all the way till 10 a.m. along with Jamers behind the glass. Wearing acceptable gear today. The Sacramento Kings. The Rays and A's tonight, 6:40. Hey, break up those A's.
That's weird. Why? Why did they say that?
They've won 5 in a row.
So you want to break them up?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're doing the wrong thing. You're not supposed
Aren't
to be
they trying to
doing
get Wembanyama?
Yeah, it's Jake Wembanyama, the baseball player, actually.
He's a 7'4" shortstop.
What would be the equivalent of Victor Wembanyama in baseball. Like a guy who throws like 104 regularly with a curveball.
Yeah.
Something
Sid
weird.
Finch.
Yeah. Good old Sid Finch. Yeah, Shohei Ohtani, you're right. The A's are, and get this, they're the hottest team in baseball. The Diamondbacks and the A's are the only teams that have won 5 in a row. The A's have won 5 in a row, and they've also won 5 of their last 10. And they're doing something tonight that has not been done since 1932. And we'll tell you that coming up in What to Watch later today. So, Bobby Jackson. Sold us out. Used us up. And now he's on to Philly. Now, the real story there, Bobby Jackson has been hired by Nick Nurse to fill out his coaching staff in Philly. And obviously, we can break this down all we want. The bottom line is Bobby was a wonderful addition in Stockton, did a great job there. Vegas Summer League champion, by the way. And that will give somebody, I don't know if it's somebody currently on the Kings staff. Maybe Lindsay gets a shot at that. And by the way, I don't know. And I say that only because I don't know if Lindsay went from assistant with the Kings to coaching the Kings, Stockton Thunder. God, how old are you, Dave? Is that a promotion?
I don't know how that's deemed.
I don't either. I'd have to find that out. Honest to goodness, I don't know, because you're going from a bench in the NBA to
the head coach.
Yeah. But the G League.
Yeah, but it's also, I think there's way more synergy than there's ever been, right? I think the Kings try to run a lot of the same stuff. There are players that are brought up and down.
Sure.
And there's truly a connection. Like I said earlier, when the playoffs came around, then there's Bobby with the team. He's right back with this squad. So they're around. The organization knows this coach. I don't know how that's deemed. I think, maybe assistants. Sometimes assistants just want to be assistants, though.
That's true.
Not everybody's looking to be a head coach.
That's true.
But others might have that desire. And so maybe you kind of pull that or figure that out and see who best fits that.
It'd be interesting to see what Stockton does, as whether they promote from within.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about within the Stockton organization. Right. If the Kings grab somebody, or if they grab somebody from the Kings, or if they go out there. But I will tell you, Anjali has a lot of work in front of her.
True.
A lot of interviews.
Yep.
All that good stuff.
Yeah.
As far as Bobby goes, this is really, really, really a cool thing. Not that he wasn't doing fine here, but Mike Brown's not going anywhere anytime soon. Bobby was in Stockton and kind of cut his teeth there, even though he was also, as you said, Minnesota with Rick Adelman. I don't know anything about that. What I do know, what I can tell you, is that some of you might remember that Bobby was on Dave Yeager's staff when Yeager was coaching here. And it was, I remember, and Bobby would never say this publicly, but he was such a trooper through that whole thing, because there were, he was on the staff pretty much in name only, did not have a voice in the meetings to be said, wasn't even in some of the practice. They'd send him here, that he just wasn't a priority at all on that stuff.
Yeah, some of the dynamics, if you remember, right? Obviously Vlade and Peja were in the front office, and I think there was some thought that, is Bobby there just because of connections to them, and hey, get some intel, different, it shouldn't have, but it made some people uncomfortable.
Absolutely. And it would be kind of the polar opposite of when Doug went and was on Mike Brown's staff, and Mike accepted him with open arms, and Doug has proven to be an
utilize their knowledge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whereas I think in you summed it up perfectly in the Yeager staff case, where he had his guys and Brian Gates and the rest of that crew, and they were like, yeah, okay, dude, Bobby, go, I don't know, go, we've got this tape we need you to watch, and give us notes. And then maybe those notes were broken down or not. Point being, Bobby has pulled himself off the carpet. I'm sure he thought at times, and if he ever shows up and comes on the show with us, we'll ask him about this. I think at times he probably really, truly thought about either quitting or moving on to a different type of coaching, maybe college.
Yeah.
but Bobby wants to be an NBA head coach.
Yeah, and I don't know the answer to this. I don't know if Bobby asked this to the organization, but with Jordy was in a bunch of rumors.
Yeah.
And if Jordy had landed one of those jobs, I don't know if Bobby had talked to the front office and said, or the coaching staff and said, look, hey, if Jordy moves on, I'd like to be on a bench. Would there be an opening for me here? And I don't know if those conversations were had.
Sure.
But if they were, and there was an answer of, we want to keep you in Stockton. I don't know.
Or maybe if he goes somewhere.
Yeah.
And then Bobby saw yesterday, or what was it, yesterday or the day before?
Yeah.
When what's his face? Darko, what's his face went to
Toronto.
What's her place?
Yeah.
The reporting. Then maybe he was like, okay, well, that was my last hope.
Yeah.
And Jordy,
I got this other offer. People that it's also look at this, and anyone out there, it's also nice to be coveted and wanted. And so I'm not saying he wasn't wanted here, but when someone else is intrigued and interested in Nick Nurse, it's a pretty good name, highly respected. It's like, I want to bring you on my staff, and it's tough to say no to that.
I'm going to circle back as to why this was such an important move in the career of Bobby Jackson. I'm going to circle back to what you said at the start of the segment or near the start. Bobby went to Minnesota, and he was on Rick Adelman's staff.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby was appointed by Vlade and Peja to be on Jaeger's staff. Bobby then made the coach of the Stockton Kings, which are the affiliate of the Sacramento Kings. He has no ties to Nick Nurse. He has no ties to the 76ers. And if I'm a GM somewhere else, or maybe there's just that knock, or maybe not, of, yeah, that's cute what he's doing over there in a city and for a team that basically worships him. And this is one of those take care of your own type of things. Now, he has no ties to the Sixers. He has no ties to Nick Nurse. He was hired purely on his ability to be a coach. And I think getting out of this ecosystem where, and this, by the way, this isn't a knock at the Kings. Props to them for being there with Bobby. And I think it was a mutually beneficial relationship, but he's not taking Mike Brown's job. He wants to be an NBA head coach. Getting out of the Kings ecosystem, which I include Rick Adelman and the Timberwolves, and going out there in the world, it's also a network thing.
Yeah.
Now he knows Nick Nurse and all those assistants.
Right.
So whether it's Nurse or maybe an assistant he works with that gets a head coaching job next and needs a lead assistant and all that, this is how you do that. You create bonds with these people and they see your value.
Yeah. And now he's in the East Coast, so he's going to see and meet a whole bunch of other people too. So, and Bobby's so darn personable.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just, again, bittersweet in a sense that we will miss him for sure.
Yep.
Such a great guy, but personally, I want him to thrive.
Again, I think when he comes on, he'll tell everybody this. Yeah, he's going to be in Philly a lot, but this is where his kids are.
Yeah.
This is where his home is.
Yep.
This is
it.
And maybe the biggest reason if you worried about him leaving Sacramento, and I don't think he'd mind me telling you this, maybe the biggest reason that he would keep coming back to Sacramento, I'll give you 21. 21 different reasons why Bobby Jackson would always stick with him. And I'm just guessing. I don't want to quote the man. But who would not stay in Sacramento for Fire Wings? Are you kidding? 21 different flavors. And I don't mind telling you, I had a couple of them over the weekend. They were very, very good as usual. I have yet to have, look, they've served enough people. And you probably shouldn't say this about sponsors, but I'm always honest with you. I'm imagining somebody at some point has had a bad experience. That always happens. I haven't. And I've never heard of anybody that has. And I've been there a billion times. I'll bet you anything. Listen, things happen. You serve enough people. They're the one place that would make it up to you tenfold. They're just so good customer service wise. They're so good, obviously, with their food. Day after tomorrow's 88-cent wing day. I don't have that marked on my Microsoft Outlook. Yeah, I have reminders for when there's chicken wing specials around. So what? Stop looking at me, Swan. Go to firewings.com. Find the location nearest you and order yourself some fire wings tonight. It's Monday. What do you want to cook? Don't cook. Fire Wings take care of it for you. Fire Wings. Just wing it. Let's look at the NBA draft just a few days away. And by a few days, I mean about, 13, 12, something like that. Let's take a look at a clown. Or dare I say a clowny. No, not Jadeveon. We'll tell you next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
Because the UFO's not in their driveway, Rami. It's miles away.
I feel like we would have seen it.
I'm saying you don't like the quality of the video that we have.
Because we have clear video of everything that happens everywhere. John Morant is flashing guns, and every time it happens, somehow it's on Instagram. Nobody's got a clear shot of an alien or a UFO of non-human origin.
What are you failing to pick up that I'm putting down?
What are you failing to pick up that I'm putting down here?
It's thousands of miles away, Rami.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by RC Willey Home Furnishings.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Your Monday starts out on a cloudy note. We have a couple of sprinkles to go along with the morning drive, but into the afternoon, those clouds will thin out a bit. Highs today in the upper 70s to lower 80s. Get the latest forecasts on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
New flooring instantly updates a room. RC Willey has an incredible selection of carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate. Their experts will help you find the perfect floor for your home and schedule a free in-home measure. Shop RC Willey in Elk Grove or Rockland today.
The City of Sacramento offers rebates to help with your outdoor water-saving projects this season. Rebates are available for landscape conversions, smart controllers, and irrigation upgrades that improve your water efficiency. Learn more at sacwaterwise.com.
Wells Fargo gives you access to direct deposit funds up to 2 days early.
Plus, if you look at the X and Y axes,
What if everything came 2 days early? Like the weekend.
That was a pleasant surprise.
You can't get everything early, but when it comes to direct deposits, you can with Wells Fargo.
Visit wellsfargo.com/get-early to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Not all direct deposits are eligible. Early availability is not guaranteed and may vary between deposits from the same payer. Wells Fargo Bank N.A., member FDIC.
You know what time it is. It's time to trade up to a brand new Kia at Folsom Lake Kia. Trade up to all the newest technology and an industry-leading warranty. Shop Folsom Lake Kia, family-owned for over 20 years. Pain is not normal. Repeat, pain is not normal. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here with the Good Feet store. Does this sound familiar? It's the end of the workday and the pain in your feet, knees, hips, or back is unrelenting. Good Feet understands that you've likely already tried assorted remedies and solutions with no relief. And now you're pretty much resigned to living with the pain. But do not give in to the pain. Instead, come to the Good Feet store for their end-to-end 3-step arch support system. Good Feet is the nation's largest manufacturer and retailer of personalized arch supports. With arch supports in over 300 sizes, styles, and flexibilities, and an arch support specialist in each store. Come in today for a free no-obligation arch support fitting, then take them for a test walk around the store or around the center. Experience the comfort, balance, and support possible with the Good Feet system. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now in Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Selling your home can be stressful. Scott Marsh here to tell you about Bridgehaven Homes. They are a local home buying company that offers homeowners an easier way to sell their home. Let Shane and his team at bridgehavenhomes.com take that stress away. Bridgehaven Homes gives you an all-cash offer for your home, no matter what the condition, within 24 hours. You pick the date you wish to close and sell on your terms. No repairs, no showings, and no realtor commissions. Call 916-299-6040 or bridgehavenhomes.com.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines. Good morning and happy Monday with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Tonight is Game 5 of the NBA Finals in Denver. The Nuggets are up 3-1 and look to close out Miami tonight, but Jimmy Butler says not so fast.
We didn't come this far to stop playing now, no matter what the odds are, the analytics. When we get out there, we just got to compete. We got to win one, and then we got to win another one, and then we got to win another one.
Tip-off is tonight at 5:30. Former Sacramento King Bobby Jackson is headed to Philadelphia, where he will be part of new head coach Nick Nurse's bench. Jackson played 6 seasons in Sacramento and has been the head coach of Sacramento's G League affiliate in Stockton the last 2 years. The Oakland A's have won 5 games in a row, and the Giants got back in the win column yesterday with a 13-3 victory over the Chicago Cubs. Giants shortstop Brandon Crawford pitched for the very first time in his career in the 9th inning, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports 49ers insider Emil Fergoso joins us in studio at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. If you missed that appearance, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
She was trying to make the pizza like they do at Taco Bell, right? But it's the
Missing
sauce that's the boss. She couldn't. My wife making Mexican pizza, she couldn't perfect that.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Could you make an at-home version that's better? Or is it the sauce that's the deal? I'm with Jay.
I don't think you can, but
No.
I have yet to. It's also the flakiness,
The unfigured out beef that makes the
right, like
pizza.
I think
Taco
in
Bell
a
better.
blind taste test, Taco Bell Mexican pizza is going to beat. Well, it's going to beat anything I've seen.
No, but I'm not even saying it like you guys aren't. Like someone with like great ingredients makes the
Right.
same kind of Mexican pizza. You're like, oh, that's actually better.
It's I think it's the same concept, and I'm going to borrow this a little bit from a bit Eddie Murphy did in Delirious. It's like, which is better, a quarter pounder at McDonald's, or if somebody goes home and they, nice big bun, huge burger, it's toppings falling all over the place, but there's just something about the thing that's terrible for you. That's processed, and I don't know. I could be wrong. This whole thing said, welcome back, everybody. Sorry, we're committing an off-air conversation here. We're continuing because I saw this video on how to make a crunch wrap at home, and so I think we're going to try that tonight or tomorrow. I'm relatively excited.
I'm a little confused by the hard shell you explained.
So that's the crunch, I think. So
Yeah.
you got the flour tortilla, and then you put like the little light layer of refried beans, and then the taco meat, right? And then I think it's on top of that. Maybe you put lettuce on there. I don't know. But then you put the tostada, the hard shell, the hard circle shell on top of that. And that's what you put your sour cream on, your tomatoes, and your cheese. And then you fold up each side of the flour tortilla over it.
That's actually smaller then.
Yeah, oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Okay,
yes.
because I was thinking it was the same size.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
got it.
Significantly smaller.
I got it now.
So you fold it up and then you turn it over and
To
put it
seal
on the grill to seal it,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
should be a crunch wrap.
All right.
We'll see.
Okay.
I'd also like to try an enchilada at home too, but I think that's just basically a beef burrito with sauce.
Yeah. What is an enchilada?
I think it's a beef burrito with sauce.
Okay.
Jay wants to get to the draft.
It's coming up. The Taco Bell draft.
It is. I'm hungry now, dude. Noah Clowney is on the clock. 6'10", 210, freshman power forward from Alabama.
Yeah. He's been listed around the Kings anywhere from 20 to 25, 28.
Hey, listen. He's got size. And from what I've seen on tape, Jason, he's got athletic ability through the roof.
Yes.
You know what? He looks like an NBA guy.
Okay.
Just looks like an NBA guy.
Is he a Monty guy? He's a young guy.
Now,
again, we're labeling Monty as his guys all have years of experience.
Yeah.
That's what he's done with his 3 years of drafting, but he's that guy until he's not that guy, right?
Well, don't listen to me. Here's ESPN during a game. This was Alabama was up 63-57 on Mississippi State, and they got to talking about Noah Clowney.
So we talked about Clowney and his three-point misses in the first half impacting the game in different ways. One of the ways that you can both impact the game in a different way and score at the same time is at the free throw line.
5 of 6 there tonight. Another former ESPN 100 performer, number 68. Our good friend Paul Biancardi, a 4-star prospect, coming off 17 in the win at Mizzou. Led the team along with Sears, and 12 points tonight. Just continues to do quality work. And I don't know, still think he's underrated in the eyes of many, and just now emerging, as you've talked about, Mark, with draftability.
He might be just finding out now how good he might be.
That's scary.
That's very scary.
Well, that's the thing too when you're also that young. I mean, just a freshman.
I think it's exciting.
Yeah.
If he's finding out just how good he might be, here's a little bit on his personality, as said by himself. This was for the Indiana Pacers when he was getting a workout.
So how'd the workout go today?
It was good. Make some shots, do what I was supposed to do. It was a good workout.
What are you trying to show teams during this process?
That I'm not a 29% three-point shooter like they seen in college. I'm better than that. Now, obviously, my defensive versatility, and I'm a lot more athletic than a lot of people think. So,
What'd you take away from your 1 year at Alabama?
I'm a lot better than I thought I was. I got a high ceiling. And then as far as like just you learn a culture, you learn patience. Like you can't get mad at like referee calls, things, simple things like that. Like you got to keep your composure, next play mentality type thing.
Are there any players in the league now that maybe you study model parts of your game after?
It's small parts. Like I like Jaren that he can guard multiple positions. Obviously, he's a lot bigger than me. Well, not a lot, but a good bit bigger than me. But it's also like smaller people, like or even people similar to my height that I would like. I want to transform my game similar to like just parts though. Like when I say just parts, I don't want to be just like nobody. Like even Michael Porter Jr., he raises up and shoots like damn near anything. And he's a good shooter. Like I want to make shots, but like I don't want to shoot that. So I'm not gonna say that, but just parts.
Okay, so he's basically a hybrid of Jaren Jackson Jr. and Michael Porter.
Draft him.
Honest to God, I'm all in.
Yeah, I mean, size, length, and some of the stuff you watch, you go, okay, look, you can see where the present day NBA is. If he's a small forward, power forward, you've got to be able to play defense on switches, guard guards, guard bigs. I know he shot the three at Alabama not as well as he'd like. That's what he said. But he also was really good at cutting and finishing. So you can picture him with Sabonis.
Yes.
The little bit of stuff I watched on him, I don't see him creating a lot of stuff for himself or handling the ball. But again, there's no finished product here. I mean, you're also picking 24th, right? There's stuff. I think development will be very important if the Kings took someone like Noah Clowney.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. You're talking about a guy who, this isn't necessarily, I shouldn't say isn't necessarily, this is far from a finished product. Now, that being said, if you really want to fight, patterns are patterns, okay? One thing that we haven't really done is we haven't looked at these mock drafts, and I think if you were working with odds, probably the best thing to do would be to look at the 5, 6, 7 players around the kind of consensus mock draft. And then how old are they?
Right.
Because hasn't Monty kind of shown us he has a type?
Well, that's the one that if it's that, it's Chris Murray.
It is Chris, but if he's available. But yes, I completely agree. Generally, it's kind of, high basketball IQ, gym rats.
Right.
Older, by older, we mean 21, 22. He's not drafting 18-year-olds. Now, this might be the year. I don't think it's a hard and fast. Like the Ringer has Chris Murray going number 24 to the Kings. He'll be 23 years old in a few months.
And where do they have Clowney? I'm just curious. Probably right around there somewhere.
I would say so. Noah Clowney, they have 30. Okay. Maxwell Lewis, 21 years
old. Are working out.
Yeah. Trace Jackson Davis, Indiana senior, 23. 6'8", 240. That's a guy I would write in. That's a guy that I would, even though he's slated to go a little bit below, that's a guy that I would look at and say, okay, I'm basically taking anyone 21 or over in the vicinity. Ben Shepherd, Belmont senior. Take a look, although he's more of a shooting guard. I think with some process of elimination here, you can come up with some guys. And if I'm looking at the draft right now, and I'm going, okay, who's most likely going to be a Sacramento King if they keep the pick? In no particular order. I'm going Chris Murray, Trace Jackson Davis. Then the list gets a little lower after that.
Now,
Seth Lundy.
Now, did that make sense for where the Kings were, though, in the last couple of years? Like, Monty was trying to have a team that was, remember, his goal was to make the playoffs.
Yes.
Well, you probably need guys that can contribute right now that can help you. That's what you got in Tyrese Halliburton. That's what you wanted and got in Davion Mitchell and certainly in Keegan Murray. But now they're in a spot where, hey, look, we've made the playoffs. The goals are going to be different. Sure. And it's not only, I think they're always looking for the best player available, but like, hey, look, can we find a gem here that with a year or two of development, all of a sudden becomes one of our top 5 players?
So you're saying that as opposed to we need some more help right now?
I
don't know.
I wonder if it's just a counter. I don't know. I think they're in a different spot.
Yeah, well, I agree with you.
Now, I don't know if they're going to stick to the same trend as before, but Interesting here. Where Clowney played with Miller. Brandon Miller's likely to go 2 or 3. So, maybe that, I don't know if it helped or hurt him, but you've got a star that's going to get picked high in the lottery that, you're playing on that team with.
Who's hot? Who's not? I don't know. That's what Jay Mars is here for. We'll go streaking, and we got to recap 3 in the key. We're going to do 3 in the key here, too. We're going to do that later. Wow, we got a very busy segment. Sit back, relax. We got you all the way till 10 a.m. right here on SactownSports.com.
Sactown Sports is Sacramento's new home for the San Francisco 49ers.
It feels awesome. We deserve this. Let's go, Niners!
Purdy
going to throw, and it is Kittle in the back of the end zone.
Samuel.
Debo 10. Debo, touchdown!
And McCaffrey.
Touchdown! CMC!
They all live here on Sactown Sports.
Your official home for 49ers football.
Hey, it's Nick Cattle suggesting you celebrate your 4th of July the right way with the amazing Napoleon Prestige line of outdoor cookers from Green Acres Nursery and Supply. Our Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned us into pros. Napoleon grills have features other grills can't match. Built different, built better, and built to last. All made with premium steel that boasts absolute quality. Just go to Napoleon.com for your nearby Napoleon Grills dealer. Napoleon Grills, now is the time for the best selection of grills and fine accessories. Now is the time to take care of your 4th of July.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Turn your highway into a smileway. Elk Grove Kia.
Have you ever needed a second chance? A chance at a do-over? Elk Grove Kia thinks everyone deserves a second chance, and yet too many folks don't get that second chance they need or deserve. Well, Elk Grove Kia wants you to know we've got you covered. With over 100 years of combined experience in financing, we have the connections and knowledge to get you the approval that others just can't. Doesn't matter if you have late payments, charge-offs, bankruptcies, or repos. If you can make the payment, we can find a way to get you on the road with a new set of keys. Elk Grove Kia can even make all this happen with little to no money down. Don't wait. Enjoy your summer with a new set of wheels. Get started today at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, or check us out online at elkgrovekia.com.
Turn your highway into a smileway. Elk Grove Kia.
Hey, you want to be around people having a great time? You need to come check out Capital Casino, offering the most varieties of table games in the region in the friendliest environment. Come for the food, which is awesome, of course, and stay and play. Conveniently located in downtown Sacramento at 411 North 16th Street, right there in downtown Sacramento for over 20 years. Cap Casino, best food, best games, and of course, the best action. And please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans and will help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2023 Bank of America, N.A.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
David of Carmichael and Jason of Lancaster.
Sure.
Who's hot?
Who?
The old man, Andrew McCutcheon.
Oh, yeah, Mr. 2000.
Yes. Well, let's just bury the lead. He did record his 2,000th career hit yesterday. Shut up. Becoming the 5th active player to have 2,000 career hits under their belts. I don't know why it's not above it.
Yeah, it's true, right? Why is it under your belt?
Or not like under the chin. I don't know. Anyways, he joins Miguel Cabrera, Joey Votto, Nelson Cruz, and Elvis Andrus. Those 5.
Joey.
Joey Votto.
Speaking of the old man being hot, I apologize. I forgot earlier when we were talking about how we would not want to drive in Manhattan and like the whole craziness of that. Personal text line here. Wanted to share with you guys because I'm sure that's what he wanted. I drove a furniture truck the size of your van across the bridge in New York City at 17, which is true. My father used to do that and delivered stuff on the Avenue of the Americas. My only pushback, with all respect, Papa,
with all respect, but
probably tougher to avoid cars than it was horses and carriages. No, I'm just saying. Do you
know that?
Dave has been officially cut from the inheritance.
I honestly don't. I'm just saying, when you're dying, there's cholera and dysentery and horses. And
nobody was out during the flu pandemic, Dad.
Back to you. Who's not?
Hey, speaking of Manhattan, Anthony R to the Izzo. Anthony Rizzo is now hitless in his last 24 at-bats. The longest hitless drought of his career. Jason, your thoughts?
I think started
with you guys.
When we took Anthony Rizzo.
So good for Anthony Rizzo. I'm glad he's been hitless. Jerk.
You need some Sky Rizzy.
Anthony Sky Rizzo. I don't know. I'm down for that.
Nothing is everything.
Every time Sky Rizzy commercial comes on, I'm like, what is okay? Shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Wow, who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
Streaking! I was trying to I was trying to do an elephant sound, and it didn't come out right.
That was your elephant.
I've heard Stomper make that sound before.
I can't do an elephant.
What was that?
That was Jason's elephant.
Is he choking on a peanut?
Yes.
Back to you.
All right. How do we do, guys?
How did we do?
We were all at 0.
Yeah, we were all
trying to get to 1.
And didn't you say that Friday's games were worth 3?
If you'd like.
I think they should be worth 13.
For just you, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We're going to start with Dave, who was picking on those A's.
Son of a...
With Christian Yelich.
How can Christian Yelich not get a hit?
Well, the Brewers are the first team to get swept this year by the A's.
Losers.
Which doesn't mean he can't get a hit, but he did not get a hit.
I hate you so much, Christian Yelich.
I went with the phenom, Ellie De La Cruz.
Oh, you did.
He got a hit.
I'm sure he
Good
did.
hitter, Ellie De La Cruz.
I'm at 1.
I hope Christian Yelich dresses up as a mascot and goes and tries to fight Conor McGregor. That's what I hope happens. Yeah.
He wouldn't hit him.
Nice. Swing and a miss.
And Jay went with the Los Angeles Dodger, Mookie Betts. Mookie's pretty good. Mookie got him a couple of hits.
Wow.
Counts for 1, but he got him a hit.
No, we're streaking.
So Jay's at 1 and I'm at 1. Dave's
back here
doing
with my
something
clothes
else.
on.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Yeah. Not as many teams playing today.
No. I'm back picking on the A's, though.
Okay.
Because
Against the Rays?
I've been walking around, or should I say wandering around.
Oh, I see what he did there.
Give me James Franco. Wander James Franco.
Is James Wander's uncle? How does that? What's the
He's
family
his uncle's
dynamic?
brother's cousin's former roommate.
What
Ah.
about Dave?
Dave Franco?
Yeah, his brother, James.
Wait, Dave James?
Dave Franco.
Oh, who is Dave Franco?
His brother, James Franco's brother. He's been in movies. He's been in 21 Jump Street.
Oh, has
Field
he?
Day.
Oh.
And he might show up a little bit later today. That was a preview.
Why? Man, if I had a nickel for every time Dave Franco's been on this show,
yeah.
I would have it.
You have no nickels?
Today, you get your first nickel.
Hey, who you got, guy?
I am going to go with Ronald Acuna Jr. from the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, Ronnie.
You know, that's another name when we were talking earlier about how the game's in good hands.
He's phenomenal.
There's another guy.
The MVP.
I feel like MLB should talk about him.
Hey, are the Reds the team that also just brought up that pitcher that just like smokes it at like 102 on the reg? Isn't it the Reds? I'm getting nodding.
Oh, Aroldis Chapman used to pitch there.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think there's somebody there right now that
they already have that guy Hunter Green.
Is that who it might have been?
They brought up another guy you're talking about. I can't remember his name, but yeah.
Frey.
De La Cruz.
Johnny Bench.
Yeah. Jay.
I am going to commit adultery and pick a San Francisco Giant.
Whoa.
Wow.
Give me J.D. Davis today.
J.D. Davis.
All right, there we go. Okay. We did it, guys.
Okay.
I like how you always say, we did it, like it was an accomplishment.
Well, clearly it has been for us.
It really
Some
has.
of us.
I want to see us get to like 15.
I'm trying to get the 100. Not that there's 100 games left. But.
Over under on the longest streak this year, 15 and a half.
Under. I think we've hit it. We won't get past 10.
Really?
Yep.
I'll take the over on 10.
Okay.
It kind of does say something when we can pick the entire league.
Yeah. Just to get a hit.
And our season high is 10.
Yeah.
That's a good streak, though, man.
3 of us were at 7 at one time. That was pretty phenomenal.
But like, think about it. In any other like sport, you have a 10-game hitting streak. That's good. 10-game win streak. That's good.
I know, but you're thinking we're going to go over that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's 10 with an asterisk
Why?
on it. Because you were cheating.
Oh.
3 in the key. I knew it.
Maybe we're better at basketball picks.
Well,
I hope so.
First question of 3 in the key from Game 4, which we participated on this on Friday, asked the crew, who will make the game's first three-pointer? Dave, you said Michael Porter Jr.
I did not.
I said Jimmy Butler. Jay, you said Jamal Murray. We did not have a correct answer.
No.
It was Kentavious
Caldwell.
Oh.
More like Cantavious.
Though I believe Butler and Porter Jr. had 3-point attempts before him.
They did.
We missed.
Oh, so I didn't even get a chance.
No.
Why not?
Because Jamal didn't shoot a 3 before KCP. Yeah, you know me.
I'm going to blame Mike Malone and poor strategy.
Yep. If he wasn't so afraid of Miami.
Yeah.
Is Mike Malone trash? Your thoughts?
Back to you.
Worst coach to ever win an NBA title. Ever. Possibly.
We asked for Jamal Murray's stat line.
Yeah, we did.
While Jokic was in foul trouble in this game, he could have taken advantage of that. Dave, you said 23 points, 4 boards, 6 assists. I said 29 points, 6 boards, 11 assists. Jay Marr said 30 points, 7 boards, 11 assists. He went for 15 points, 3 rebounds, but 12 assists. So I think
him.
The closest to this, Jay, you were minus 20.
Wow.
Counting them all up. I was minus 18. Carmichael Dave, minus 15.
Nice.
You know your Jamal
Good
Murray
work,
stats.
Dave.
Nailed it.
You were the closest.
Absolutely nailed it.
And last but not least, we wanted a special stat out there supplied by all of us. Call your shot. Dave, you said Nikola Jokic would record a triple-double, but he'd be held under 20 points. He had 23 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. So you got part of that right.
Kind of.
I said the Miami Heat would be the first team to hit 100, but they would lose the game. Well, they didn't even score 100. So I was wrong.
You got half right.
Sure. And Jay, you said Caleb Martin would go for 20-plus points. He had 11.
Oh, 10 away.
So who won that one?
Yep.
The
Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Let's see. Hold on. So Miami didn't
The
score
Nuggets
100.
won.
And what was his?
20-plus points for Caleb Martin.
And what did Caleb Martin have?
11.
You want credit for the wins of the triple-double for
I
Jokic?
feel like
well, no, he did not get a triple-double,
he
and he
did not.
wasn't held under 20, so you missed both
Jason,
parts.
I think you win. You were kind of sort of half right.
one part right of the Heat losing, but they would be the first 100.
Yeah, I
think
think
awful.
Jason gets that.
That's like winning the interim championship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Like
better
4
than
interims.
The interim
Yeah,
championship.
4 teams quit, and somehow got the title because it was there.
All right. Well,
We'll be better today.
will we?
later
Though?
in the show.
Will we be better though? I don't know. Find out. Also, congratulations. I should mention this over the weekend. We talked to Emil Fragoso about this, by the way. He's coming in studio here. Is he in studio? Okay. None of this Frankie, sure off bacon, building a fence crap.
Making chicken.
Yeah.
That's an action-packed day if you think about it.
We'll talk to Emil quite a bit about the 49ers, but I should also ask him about Amanda Nunes, who won her fight over the weekend and promptly retired. She is certainly the greatest women's fighter of all time. Some say she might be the greatest fighter of all time, but she left her gloves in the ring and retired Saturday in a final fight that was devoid of any drama whatsoever. So we will take a break. Congratulations to her, though. When we come back, Emil Fregoso, Sactown Sports Niners Insider, in studio next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
All new spring deals are here at Lowe's. Start planting your garden this weekend with Bonnie 11.8-ounce vegetables. Buy 4 for $10. Plus, liven up your patios and decks with fresh blooms. Select 1.5-gallon hanging baskets or 2 for $20. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Offers valid through 5/17. In-store only. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Summer's here, and the deals are heating up at Fasteners Tool Outlet. You'll find scorching deals next Saturday on Makita Tools. Get 2 free batteries with the purchase of a circular saw kit and get $50 off any 40-volt tool kit. Fasteners Tool Outlet is turning up the heat on Makita Summer Savings next Saturday. Buy a 2-piece combo kit and get 2 extra free batteries. Come into Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power Inn Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
Carmichael Dave here. Spring here. Long, cold, rainy winter behind us. And I know you're counting the days until summer, but don't wait until it's hot to make sure your air conditioning is working efficiently and safely. Get ahead of the problem with a $49 AC tune-up from my friends at American Energy Heat and Air. Nothing worse than having your AC go out when it's hot outside. Get a tune-up today to make sure you and your family are comfortable and cool in your home for the hot summer months that are right around the corner. Give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Or schedule your appointment online like I did last year around this time at AmericanEnergyAir.com. Don't wait till that AC goes out. Call my friends today, 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Greetings from M&S Auto on El Camino, just off the Cap City Freeway. And a big thanks to our repeat customers for letting us be your favorite car dealer. Repeat customers make us proud. M&S customers know that they're going to find the car, 4x4, or SUV they want. They'll get treated like family and save thousands. Whether you're a repeat customer or a first-time buyer, welcome. M&S Auto, the intelligent car buying experience. MSAutogroup.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. We're looking for silver linings in what has been a difficult year for the A's, and perhaps players the A's could build around for the future. What about first baseman Ryan Noda? As I'm recording this, among American League rookies, he's first in walks, he's first in on base at 403, and also third in OPS. Not bad for a Rule 5 selection this past offseason from the Dodgers. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning and happy Monday with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Tonight is Game 5 of the NBA Finals in Denver. The Nuggets are up 3-1 and look to close out Miami tonight, but Jimmy Butler says not so fast.
We didn't come this far to stop playing now, no matter what the odds are, the analytics. When we get out there, we just got to compete. We got to win one, and then we got to win another one, and then we got to win another one.
Tip-off is tonight at 5:30. Former Sacramento King Bobby Jackson is headed to Philadelphia, where he will be part of new head coach Nick Nurse's bench. Jackson played 6 seasons in Sacramento and has been the head coach of Sacramento's G League affiliate in Stockton the last 2 years. The Oakland A's have won 5 games in a row, and the Giants got back in the win column yesterday with a 13-3 victory over the Chicago Cubs. Giants shortstop Brandon Crawford pitched for the very first time in his career in the 9th inning, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. Coming up on today's show, Sactown Sports 49ers insider Emil Fergoso joins us in studio at 9 a.m. from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. If you missed that appearance, check it out later today at SactownSports.com. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Hey, final hour ever of the program. Maybe, I don't know. Find out tomorrow.
Yeah, you never know.
Coming up, I haven't looked at this week's schedule. Shockingly, I'm assuming it's Whitey Watkins.
I think so.
The double W's.
Double
U's.
Sure, that's what they're called.
Yes.
Programming, no. Chris Watkins is off today, so it'll be Whitey and Jay Johnson.
Hey! Wow, we all just got really excited.
Yeah.
We all went up for
Well, it's a combo we haven't heard yet.
Well, if Jay Johnson is filling in at midday, so who is
Producing afternoons?
Yeah.
The Nate Littlefield.
My guy. My guy, Nate.
The
Your
animal.
thoughts?
Huh?
You're in like a
Yeah.
you went somewhere.
Sorry. Well, I was trying to do I feel bad for Nick or because it's Nick? Am I like,
It's
Wow, is that shade at Nate?
No, it's the magic
You feel
of
bad
Nate.
for Nick?
Maybe. Well, I don't know. Let's be honest. I mean, come on.
Poor Nate has to deal, or poor
Yeah.
Nick has to deal with Nate. Like that's how I'm taking it.
No, it's just who's Nate going to be? Who's Nate grabbing for Nick? Who's the big get today?
For that show,
Coffee.
Maybe they.
I don't think Nick drinks caffeine, and that's probably a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Probably a really good.
It's a good thing.
Well, tune in 2 to 6. It'll be like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know what's going to happen there. Emil Fergoso is our 49er insider, Sactown Sports. And before we get there, and just let me slobber all over you for a second when it comes to MMA.
Yeah.
So this is a Niner segment. We got 2 of them, but I got to ask you. Bought the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Thought it was very good until the final fight, which was Amanda Nunes versus someone.
Irene Aldana.
Yeah, but I'm choosing to say someone, and no disrespect to her, but and this was supposed to be why am I forgetting?
Pena.
Juliana Pena. Thank you. And she hurt her rib. Mm-hmm. So I get what Sean Shelby and friends are doing.
Mm-hmm.
This fight never should have happened. It turned out exactly how it should have, which is Adana was way outclassed, way out of her league.
Yeah.
And Nunes retires. And we don't have a Pena 3 now. We have a trilogy stuck at 1-1 like Diaz and McGregor.
Yeah. It's.
But more meaningful.
Look, Juliana went on Twitter and said a lot of things. You're ducking me, all this great stuff.
She's not ducking her. She beat the hell out of her in their last fight. Like, come on.
Look, I'm not a Juliana Pena supporter. I'm really not. I'm Manny Nunes all the way.
Sure.
It feels that way. It feels like she's avoiding a fight. Like
you think that Nunes is?
Yes. Like for example, if John Jones backed away after beating Gane and didn't go after Miocic or didn't go after Ngannou,
sure,
they feel the same way. Is you're missing a potential huge payout. You're missing kind of the finish to your career.
I'm with you on that, but it's a little tough for me to say Nunes is ducking Pena when Nunes mauled her in their last.
No, I trust me.
Mauled her.
I agree. She mauled her. She's going to do the same thing. You have one fight left.
Yeah.
You have one fight left.
Well,
This is it. You can finish it this year in December if you want to.
Sure.
Like you didn't take any damage in
Why
a 5-round fight.
do you both think she's not retiring?
No, she is.
She's
retiring.
retiring.
No, but I thought you both didn't believe it.
Oh, yeah. Well, because here's why. As if I won't mention any names, but as a certain golf commissioner once told me, money always wins.
Yes.
And at some point, we've talked about this off the air before, Emil. I still believe that McGregor Diaz 3 is just sitting in Dana White's back pocket as a get out of jail free card where he's going to pull it out someday. They might be 50 and it's going to break pay-per-view records. Yeah. But this is a legitimate, meaningful fight that he has in his back pocket. And I feel like at some point, Nunez, she's got a daughter. She's got another kid on the way. She's going to be back home in Brazil, bored. Just be like, okay, I'll take the fight. And she's going to get paid for it.
Yeah. So the only reason why I don't know if she is coming back is because she cited that her concerns with family, specifically her mother had concerns with her continuing fighting, wanted to retire. Who else had issues with that in the family? Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, he did.
So when it comes to family, and especially for international people, not Americans,
that's
true. It's a little more.
Yeah, a lot more cohabitation.
Yes.
And nope, I totally get it.
That's kind of why I'm like, this probably is the end here, and that frankly made me sad. Like I was driving home listening to Drake Marvin Room. Like I was depressed. I was depressed.
Well, I'll say this. I think I'll say what Juliana said on Twitter. Personally, congratulations. Professionally, WTF.
Yeah.
It's
kind of just because of the division. Like there's no one else marqueeing the women's fighting divisions. There just isn't.
There's nobody else marquee that can provide competition in the division. Wouldn't you say much like the San Francisco 49ers?
Nice.
There you go.
Well
did
done.
you expect it? Or
No, that's good.
Okay. Yeah. Much like going into this year, is it possible? Is the Niners biggest here? Wait, Sports Talk Radio question. Is the Niners' biggest opponent themselves?
Yes. It's staying healthy. That's always been their biggest opponent is injury. I mean, even now in OTAs and minicamp, they're already battling some injuries. Elijah Mitchell's out with some sort of lower body injury. We think we're not even totally sure what he has, honestly. Look, the Niners' biggest issue has always been themselves and getting out of their own way.
Yes.
Kyle sometimes gets a little too creative with the play sheet, gets a little overzealous, overthinks it sometimes. You look at the Eagles game with the Devontae Smith catch, not challenging that. It's kind of the Niners' kryptonite. Now, are there other teams that could potentially, wake them up? Seattle's a sleeping giant over there. They got some people that could be like, oh, maybe.
Right.
But the Niners should probably still take the division.
Is the other part of that what you said? Their biggest concern always has been injuries. Injuries has hit them at the quarterback position over the last couple of years. Is that still topic number one right now of the Niners? Is the quarterback situation?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be topic number one for the whole summer, and it has been for how many years now?
Yeah.
Since Jimmy's been there, since Kaepernick was the quarterback. Like it's been the topic forever.
Let me ask you this. Sorry, which is true. XYZ quarterback is they only put up those numbers because of Kyle Shanahan's playbook, or Kyle Shanahan can't develop quarterbacks? Because I hear both.
Yeah,
and I just want to know which is true.
So what I fall back on with Kyle and that whole argument is that Kyle Shanahan made Matt Ryan an MVP player, and I think that says a lot there.
Sure.
As soon as Kyle leaves, Matt's never the same. Hasn't been the same since then. Nor has anyone been the same since the New England Patriots comeback. But whatever.
Right.
Kyle is great at developing people. Now he has some certain unorthodox methods to doing that not every person gets along with. It's my way or the highway with Kyle. It's how it's always been. That's why certain players like Brandon Ayuk, like Danny Gray, have been in the doghouse in past years because they're not a complete wide receiver. They have to be able to do every facet of the game, whether you're a quarterback or running back. You got to be able to be multi-versatile, and that's kind of Kyle's whole philosophy.
You brought up Ayuk. What'd you make of it? I like his confidence, saying like, "I'm ready to take off. I'm ready to be the man." I think he's shown glimpses. What do you think of his take there?
I mean, Debo said it best. You can't cover that boy in a phone booth right now. Like you really can't. This dude is everywhere, and not only just as a player on the field, like he's in and out of his routes, all that great stuff. The confidence and the leadership is what's been the key for Ayuk the last couple of years, and he's really getting that momentum now. He's more vocal. He's talkative more with the quarterbacks, more talkative with the wideouts, talking trash now. Like he's coming into his own as not Devo's sidekick or anything like that. He's legitimately their best wide receiver on the roster.
Would you say he's ready to take off?
He has been taken off. I mean,
That's what I heard.
it was the beginning last year.
And we had this conversation off air. I want to bring it back on air because there's no bias on your end either. I mean, yes, you both went to Arizona State, but, whatever. It's Brandon Ayuk.
Yep, Brandon Ayuk.
Not Ayuk.
Nope, Brandon Ayuk. Just say it all together. Brandon Ayuk.
We've had this conversation before, right, about how we've seen multiple announcers say Brandon Ayuk to the point where I told Emil this, that I thought maybe we were saying it wrong and somebody had talked to Brandon about it, but they're just on drugs or something. It's Brandon Ayuk.
It's just different inflections. Like Ayuk to Ayuk, it's just a different inflection.
Yeah, but if I roll and I'm like, hey, Amo Fregoso with us, like that's not your name.
No,
his name's not Jason.
Jason, that's a cool.
I mean, that is actually kind of a cooler name,
Jason.
but
a little flair to
right?
it.
Like, show the guy some respect. Do your job. Get it right.
It's not Ayuk either. Don't call him Ayuk. I've heard Ayuk a couple times, and that makes my ears hurt.
Remember that Niners quarterback Joe Montana? He was amazing. Nobody's doing that. Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about the defense. They've added some.
Yes.
Is this the best defense in the NFL?
We got to see it first, but probably. Yeah. I mean, they haven't gotten worse.
Let me flip it. What's the biggest weakness on their defense? We know about strengths all day.
Secondary depth. That's about it. Okay. I mean, just who's going to step up behind Diamador Lenore and Travarius Ward. That's kind of really it. Are the safety's going to keep playing at the same level? It just is secondary. But if you look at them as a whole picture, they've only gotten better.
Yeah.
And now they've added Steve Wilkes to be the defensive coordinator, who is a phenomenal coach. I am all for Steve Wilkes. I was when they hired him. Should be a head coach. Yeah. He should be a head coach. Yeah. He really should be. He's an awesome person, an awesome just teammate to have. And Niners lucked out getting him. And so now that he's here, you're wondering, are they going to like him after D'Amico Ryans? They love him. Love him.
Honestly, as we go to break, Jason, true or false, Steve Wilkes is in a better position to get a head coaching job as a defensive coordinator for the Niners than he was as a head coach for the Carolina Panthers.
That's true.
This is like the launch,
the breeding ground.
Oh, yeah. It's a breeding ground.
It'll be a fun 1 year with Steve Wilkes.
Yes, it will.
We'll take a break when we come back. All right, more Niners. We're going to talk about the quarterback situation there, how everything went with OTAs, and what's coming up next with your San Francisco 49ers on the home of the 49ers.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of awkward if we weren't. Sactown Sports.
Are you ready to hear this on Sactown Sports?
Handoff McCaffrey. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Or how about this?
Feel super, baby! The 5-time Super Bowl champions, and they're looking for number 6.
Catch every Niners game during the 2023 season
On your home for the 49ers.
Sactown Sports.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
The history behind the Bayonet and Black Horse golf courses is as colorful as their lush green fairways and white sand bunkers. Overlooking the beautiful Monterey Bay, on the former Fort Ord, Bayonet Golf Course was built in 1954 by Commanding General Robert McClure and named for the 7th Infantry's Bayonet Division. It seems the lefty general was plagued with a bit of a slice, and a little creative architecture managed to reduce his handicap with a series of sharp dogleg holes known as Combat Corner, where I've waged a bit of war myself. Black Horse was named in honor of the Black Horse 11th Cavalry Regiment. Rich fairways, imaginative bunker complexes, and beguiling bentgrass greens result in 2 sparkling ocean view gems, each offering a different experience. Bayonet's more traditional deep bunkers and tamer greens contrast with Black Horse's large serrated bunkers and greens with more movement. They're a treat. Visit BayonetBlackHorse.com for more. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Had the family over for dinner last night. Completely forgot about this. Found out that my sister caught my sister's been up helping take care of my mom, and she found out my dad, unless it's something sticky or creamy or wet, my dad will take a napkin and wipe his paper plates off.
What do you mean, at the end of the meal?
At the end of the meal, to use them for the next meal. It's like a regular thing.
Well, it's not wasteful. I don't know if it's necessary, but
I've caught my parents before putting freezer bags, Ziploc bags in the dishwasher. Like this you're done with the bag, right? You pour the food out, and then they put it in the dishwasher on the little prongs to wash again.
I've never heard of this.
This is what being children of the Depression. You know, this is what happens. I mean, do you, off the top of your head, do you remember any frugalities from your family? Probably nothing like that. Like our Tupperware growing up were margarine and Cool-Whip containers. Like legit.
Yeah, we had that.
Okay, all right.
We even still do that every once in a while. Or it's a good if you have a barbecue or family over, and then it's like, oh, we've got something else to, you know, that's a nice thing.
Okay, so that's normal.
I don't think that's out of bounds.
No, that's not bad.
You never know what's your family and
right.
Any chance, like my dad also, I won't say the name of the establishment, but a very popular Mexican chain fast food establishment has probably donated 30 pounds of napkins to my dad, who uses them for napkins.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't buy napkins.
See, that I do as well. I grabbed that.
Do you have a sauce drawer?
I don't have a sauce drawer. I used to have a sauce drawer. It got too overwhelming.
I don't have a sauce drawer transition.
Do you keep, by the way, if you're given it's to-go item, whatever, and they give you in the sleeve like a napkin, fork, knife, spoon, or whatever.
You mean in the plastic?
Yeah, like the utensils. What do you do with those? Like if you brought it home, maybe you use the regular stuff. Do you have a stack of those?
I don't really want to talk about that. I will say this.
That's a yes.
I'm not going to deny having a Solo cup in a cabinet that's like
filled with those
stuff with those.
Okay, so you're not going to.
I'm not going to confirm nor deny it. Just like Kyle Shanahan, will not confirm or deny Brock Purdy is QB1.
Yeah, yes. Well done.
Is Brock Purdy QB1?
Yes.
He's starting the season.
If he's healthy, yeah. If he, that's a big if. If he's healthy.
Where are you on Sam Darnold hype?
It's not gonna. It's
Come
not.
on.
It's not gonna happen.
Come on.
It's not gonna happen. Look, okay. I can't say it's not because the Niners are always so unpredictable. But Sam Darnold's still learning the offense. Okay.
Sure.
That doesn't take just an offseason. That takes like a year.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Christian McCaffrey. He's back at ground zero after playing 11 games with them. Like it takes time, and especially as a quarterback, it takes time. And while Sam has all the physical traits that Kyle wants, whatever that means, whatever that means,
6'3".
Trey Lance has the upper hand as the 1A kind of right now in camp.
Sure,
because of his development and how much he's progressed as a thrower this offseason.
This is such a weird QB room.
It's a weird one.
What is it 1 through 4? Rank them 1 through 4. Then what you think the Niners think the QB 1 through 4?
Okay,
is.
it's Brock. It's Trey, it's Sam, and then it's Brandon.
Okay.
That's kind of.
Do you agree with it? You personally?
I agree with it. Well, I have issue with Brock. Only not. Okay, I don't have issue with Brock the player and Brock what he did. I have issue with Brock saying he's the de facto number one coming off a major elbow surgery.
Right.
To his throwing elbow.
Right.
To a guy who doesn't have arm strength as it is. That's his biggest weakness is arm strength. And now you're going to say he's perfect, even though we're going through this throwing regimen. Like we have to see it. I gotta see it because it's a chance he comes back and it just isn't the same guy throwing because it's a UCL surgery.
Well, and no offense, by the way, but going through the depth chart, like, can we just officially refer to Brandon Allen as the other guy? Because like you're like QB room 1 through 4, and it's like Brandon Allen is slightly more important to the 49ers than you are. Emil. Like,
right? Everybody thinks that, though, right?
Brandon Allen, they like Brandon Allen, man. They like him.
I mean,
including our guy, Papa.
Yeah, he really likes him.
Look, I don't want to disrespect Brandon Allen. I really, although that's usually where you just crap all over a guy, but he's 30.
Okay.
And he's not Sam Darnold, nor is he Trey Lance, and he's not Brock Purdy. Like, dude, honest to God.
What are those guys?
They're all 3 possible starters for the Niners.
They're all in their 20s.
Now, listen, if Brock Purdy gets trucked by a linebacker who falls into Trey Lance's kneecap, and then while going, oh my God, my knee, and Trey's like rolling around, and he rolls into Sam Darnold's ankle and breaks it, then I'm an Allen
Super Bowl bound with Brandon Allen.
You sign like training camp every single season.
Now, right, like he is the Niners' Brian Hoyer. And granted, I get we're just a year off of Mr. Irrelevant coming in, so who am I to talk about this? But like, who needs to get on the phone with each other? The Raiders and the Niners. Who the hell are the Raiders starting at quarterback right now?
We don't know.
They're starting like Bob Smith. The Niners.
It's Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, right.
It is Brian Hoyer.
For real.
It's for real.
So like, is it? Do you think ultimately John Lynch wants to move off of at least one of those, I'll call them the big three, or are they burned from last year and they're like, no, dude, we're never doing that again. We're going to have 3 starting caliber quarterbacks.
They might have 4 quarterbacks on the fit 3-man roster. I'm just telling you right now. I'm just telling you this right now. This is absolutely a possibility. They've said it too, that it's possible. Look at what happened last season.
4?
Because of the emergency quarterback rule. The new rule.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
Okay, they have this new rule now. You can have an emergency third quarterback suit up. If he plays, no one else can play. But it's good to have that option now because you wouldn't be playing, Josh Johnson in the NFC Championship game. You have another guy.
But if Sam Darnold gets you that cornerback depth that you're saying is missing, or what, and maybe it's more than that, but some of the empty pieces, empty holes, is that more valuable, you think?
Possibly, but they're also so top heavy as it is with their talent that they can kind of get away with certain stuff. The issue they need depth at is quarterback. That's kind of been the issue.
Better not get injured anywhere else.
But
keeping 2 quarterbacks is playing it fast and loose. I fully acknowledge that. You're going to use 4 roster spots.
Look, if Brandon Allen is okay with this, then it's a possibility because they're not cutting Sam Darnold.
Well, wait till you Brandon Allen's okay with it.
Because Brandon Allen might get an opportunity somewhere else to be a number 2 guy. He was number 2
behind Burrow, right?
Yes, he was. He's an actual guy. They like him a lot. He has a lot of experience.
I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't dismiss.
No. I get it. I understand.
Brandon Allen.
Look, before OTAs and stuff, I dismissed him as well. It was like, really? You want to bring in? Really? Why? You have 3 guys already.
Yeah.
It's just having options.
Sure.
And that's what the Niners need is options.
Well, maybe instead of carrying 4, why not 5?
Why not 6?
Why not 6?
I mean, they worked one out last week. Why not?
Meanwhile, the Raiders are starting Brian Hoyer.
Yeah.
That's who's throwing to
different philosophies. I don't know.
Yeah, one is a proven, championship caliber NFC championship regular philosophy, and the other is Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, don't get me started. I'm as a Raiders sicko. I don't.
How are you not miserable?
My only hope in life right now is that Jimmy Garoppolo actually can't pass his physical, and so they can cut the contract.
Right.
That's my only hope in life.
And the sad thing is that I'm not making fun. Your only hope is that the guy who's supposed to start at quarterback is so hurt that they don't have to spend that money, and now you're going to end up. What are we doing here? Are we going
sucking?
Yeah, right. That's the hope.
Go get Caleb Williams.
That's not going to happen. I'll tell you right. Jimmy Garoppolo can't play. I'll bet you $1 Cam Newton's playing for the Raiders at some point. He starts one game for the Raiders this year.
No.
You're telling me that's not a Raidery move?
Don't put Cam Newton in Las Vegas. I'm not
Where's Brady?
Where's Roethlisberger?
Brady would make more sense, actually.
Brady's not.
It's going to be Aiden O'Connell, if anything.
Aiden O'Connell was in, that was Vernon Stand By Me.
Yes. Cherry flavor piss.
Did you say we got a break? Oh, we got 1 minute? All right. Give us what's coming up. What are you working on right now? What can people read on the website?
Yeah, on Sactown Sports, got some Niners takeaways, 5 takeaways from OTAs, mini camp in general, just looking ahead, as well as it's mock draft season for the NBA guys. So we got a mock draft out, predicting who's going to go first round, as well as doing some player profiles. We're getting ready for, could the Kings trade up to the teens?
Could they?
Could they go after, I don't know, Victor Wembanyama's teammate, Bilal Coulibaly?
Oh.
That's a guy I'm interested in.
Love Bilal Coulibaly.
Yeah, check it out, Sactown Sports.
Hey, as we break, appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, guys.
As somebody who is young, talented, and getting going, a little bit of advice for you. This is just for you. Get a recording of this segment and the last one, and write a little preview for the first one we did, and then write a little preview for this one, and that's 2 articles on digital. Fill your quota. So easy, bro. Take you like 5 minutes, dude.
Dave, I appreciate you.
Hey, I'm here for you. We'll take a break when we come back. How to be lazy with Carmichael. What to watch tonight. And the A's doing something that hasn't been done in almost 100 years tonight. We'll tell you what that is besides a professional tease. Coming up next.
It's Kettles and Rami.
You don't need more than 8 bowls in your house at any particular time. And if you're having more people than that, just bust out the paper and plastic.
The use of paper plates in the last week in the household has grown exponentially.
Doesn't it happen that way when the wife is away? Yeah. Every time my mom would go out of town.
He just figured out how to split an atom. He'd be like, I have a great idea. While your mother is out of town, why don't we just use paper plates?
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for all your favorite models at low prices and payments, plus low finance rates and zero down deals with approved credit. Go see my friends at Folsom Lake Kia right here in Sacramento for over 20 years.
He might not have a badge, but we have faith in his killer instinct. Celebrate the 10th anniversary of famed detective priest, Father Brown. Stream the new season now, only on BritBox.
That sounds like a marvelous plan.
Plus, watch even more unofficial detectives in much-loved series, including Agatha Christie's Marple, Murder in Provence, and more. Expect intriguing mystery. Expect the Undetectives. Start streaming today at BritBox.com.
Lowe's knows the best deals for dad. That's why this Father's Day, you can shop our best gifts from the brands he loves, like Craftsman, for less. Right now, get a V20 drill or impact driver kit for just $69. And save $50 on the V20 string trimmer and blower combo kit, now only $99. Shop Father's Day deals today, in-store and online. Lowe's knows dads. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/14 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
If you want to hit the golf ball farther and straighter, the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers you the opportunity to experience the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA Tour professionals. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is an indoor facility that opens onto the driving range so you can see your all-important ball flight. With the advantages of cutting-edge technology and analyzing your ball flight, the Hagen Oaks professional staff will make you a better player. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway, or call 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language? In as little as 3 weeks, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Good morning and happy Monday with your Sactown Sports headlines. I'm Jay Mars. Tonight is Game 5 of the NBA Finals in Denver. The Nuggets are up 3-1 and look to close out Miami tonight, but Jimmy Butler says not so fast.
We didn't come this far to stop playing now, no matter what the odds are, the analytics. When we get out there, we just got to compete. We got to win one, and then we got to win another one. And we got to win another one.
Tip-off is tonight at 5:30. Former Sacramento King Bobby Jackson is headed to Philadelphia, where he will be part of new head coach Nick Nurse's bench. Jackson played 6 seasons in Sacramento and has been the head coach of Sacramento's G League affiliate in Stockton the last 2 years. The Oakland A's have won 5 games in a row, and the Giants got back in the win column yesterday with a 13-3 victory over the Chicago Cubs. Giants shortstop Brandon Crawford pitched for the very first time in his career in the 9th inning, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk. Those are your headlines. Back to the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sactown Sports.
That's where the eyes are looking. Swing of the putter. Comes up with some speed. Now up the rise. For the Eagle. For the win. To the cup. Take it. Yes. 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 The drought is over. The drought is over. Nick Taylor with the Eagle. The 2023 RBC Canadian Open champion. History. History.
You got to love Canadians, dude. Nick Taylor, 72-foot putt, sudden death. Tommy Fleetwood to become the first Canadian in 69 years to win the RBC Canadian Open. And they were excited. And then his buddy Hadwin comes on the green to spray him with beer, and security trucks him.
Just A great tackle. Good discipline.
And we just saw a tweet from his wife who basically said, hey, not to keep everybody hanging, he's absolutely fine. And in true Canadian form, apologized to the security guard for being tackled.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I want to tell you what to watch tonight, including Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
Okay.
Logan Webb from Rockland.
There you go.
Going for the Giants against the Cards. Rays and A's. Best in baseball, worst in baseball. However, the A's have won 5 in a row.
Yes, they have.
Now, I wonder what this might have looked like 5 games ago, because I can tell you, despite that 5-game winning streak, the 450-foot point difference, the 452-point difference in winning percentage between the Rays at 706 and the A's at 254 is the largest going into any game, minimum of 60 games played, since July 3rd, 1932.
Wow.
When there was a 500-point difference between the Yankees at 700 and the Red Sox at 200. I mean, wasn't that like
200?
Trying to think, was that Ruth and Gehrig in 1932? Because they were on the 27 Yankees. Yeah.
So probably.
I mean, that's how far back you're going. Yeah,
almost 100 years. Yeah.
Lou Gehrig at first, Frank Cossetti at short, Babe Ruth outfield. That was a pretty good team.
That worked out all right for them.
Anyways, that's how, and this is after the A's won 5 in a row.
Record's better. They're feeling better about themselves.
I got to wonder how Mitch feels about this.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey.
Hey.
How you guys doing? I guess I'm backtracking. I hope you guys had a nice weekend.
Yeah.
If Vegas doesn't get the A's, let's say any chance maybe the A's can hook up with Sacramento?
I think the chance would be playing here temporarily while they went somewhere else. I don't know that Sacramento's ready for Major League Baseball fundamentally yet, but I could be wrong.
Well, you're not wrong too often.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
And I hope the Kings can just draft the best available players, keep all their 3 picks.
You want the Kings to keep
and I like the chances. First time. Yeah, like Denver. Phoenix is also on the waiting list there. Clippers. Unlike baseball and basketball, football, at least in basketball, teams do have a chance to win it all any year.
It's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Well, I appreciate you, Mitch. Thank you for the call.
Take care.
All right. Take care. You think Mitch has to pay to go downtown soon?
Oh, I don't know.
Do
Should
the
ask
Manhattan
him.
rules.
Yeah.
Game 5 of the finals tonight. Is tonight the last? Is it, Jason? Is this the last 3 in the key ever for the season?
Yes.
I agree. Jay, are we hitting the button for the final 3 in the key?
Yes.
Well, then hit that final button, pal. Oh, it's bittersweet. Miami might have something to say about this.
They might. James Butler says they're going to win.
Well, I can tell you this. Tyler Hero apparently will play.
Oh.
Will play tonight.
Wait a minute now. That might impact this first question.
And by will play, I mean, like, he could play.
Okay.
He's been, like, cleared and stuff.
First question for 3 in the key. Who will be the highest scoring bench player in this game? Either squad. Pick a player off the bench.
Screw it. I'll say Tyler Hero.
Okay, that's good.
Why not?
Make some noise.
How many for Hero?
Say 21.
Wow, that's a nice return. I'm going to say
He's going big.
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry
with 16.
I love his seasoning, by the way.
Yes, very good.
Really good.
Jim R.
Stay consistent. Bruce Brown Jr. has 18.
Oh, I thought you were going into a seasoning. I was like, what is steak consistence? Oh, steak and I thought it was like steak and I got you.
Next up, Carmichael Dave. We're looking for combined made 3-pointers between the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat. How many will that total be?
I will say, big nights now. I'm going to say 30.
30. I have 22. Jim R's.
24.
How much?
24.
24. All right. Lastly,
the last of the last three of the keys, maybe for the whole season.
Call your shots. Something that happens, something different, something abnormal, something that you predict.
Michael Malone is going to be sticky with champagne tonight. Just doused. Just a river of champagne flowing all over him as he is the color of a tomato in his face, big purple vein going down his forehead.
I know that's a locker room thing, but if they do that at home, why can't they just go do it out in front of everybody?
Or what do they got to do? Clean it up for the Avalanche? Yeah, get out of here.
I have that the Nuggets will have 3 different players with double-doubles.
Oh, wow. So, and obviously, if one of them gets a triple-double, that's a double-double.
That's a double-double, yeah.
You think bubbles act differently in elevation? The elevation has any effect?
I bet it does.
Yeah, like the champagne stays bubbly or longer or something.
Or like when it pops, it's just like,
yeah.
I'll go with yes.
Yeah, I'm going to go with yes, too. Back to you.
Jay Mars.
Jamal Murray has 40-plus points in a Nuggets win and comes up 3 votes short of the Finals MVP award.
The Nikola Jokic MVP award?
Correct.
Well, he hasn't really gone against any of his peers.
Has Murray?
Yes.
See, there's the real story. Has Murray gone up against his peers? I mean, Booker. Conley. And Edwards count?
Like
D'Angelo Russell.
If you're Jamal Murray, you're having such a wonderful NBA Finals, but it's just you're not Nikola Jokic. Maybe they should have like a different, they should have a Batman and a Robin award for the NBA Finals.
Named after Batman and Robin?
No. Where were you
the
guys?
The Batman and Robin awards, not the Batman and Robin trophy. That would be excellent.
Wow. Where are you guys? Gave you the weekend. Where are you guys on my screw the Adam Silver tournament idea? Just separate them out. You have the regular season and a trophy for whoever has the best record. And then you use the regular season to seed your Champions League tournament where you come up with a championship based on the playoffs, and that's your tournament, and you award awards for both.
I did think about it.
Uh-huh.
I can kind of lean towards that on the condition that the Champions tournament has other leagues invited as well. Euro League, top, whatever. Like, let's make it a real world championship then.
Let's go.
Isn't the Champions tournament the playoffs now?
I mean, it really is. I'm just saying, make those separate tournaments. And then, who knows, maybe your Champions League tournament MVP award that Nikola Jokic would win in a landslide while Joel Embiid, maybe that becomes just as, if not more prestigious. We have more people we need to honor. How about the Michael Jordan Champions Tournament MVP award? I don't know. Does he have an award?
Michael Jordan?
I feel like he does, right?
He has all of them.
I mean, is there an award named after Michael yet?
Not executive.
So
you're a troll.
But here's my thing. Let's say it's 30 years from now. Michael Jordan is still considered the best player ever.
Mm-hmm.
But and Michael passed on 10 years prior. I know.
Really?
But but here's my point, because Mr. Russell passed away last year. All the awards have names on them now, right? So so is Michael Jordan never getting an award named after him? Because honest to God, either the logo should be Michael's Jumpman.
Hornets Player of the Year gets the Michael Jordan trophy.
Or he should be the MVP, or one of those should be him. Is anybody telling me in this day and age that Jerry West should be the logo over Michael's Jumpman?
Yes.
You think so?
Jumpman's trademarked.
Yeah, Jumpman's for Nike.
I just want to say, could be wrong here, not a business guy. I have a feeling Nike would accept and release the trademark for the NBA to use as their. I have a strange suspicion that the Jumpman logo at center court, every game they play, Nike would actually be like, we're going to make an exception here.
But you know what? The logo ain't broke. Don't fix it.
It's a guy dribbling a ball.
That's what you do in basketball. Everyone in basketball can dribble. Not everyone can dunk like that.
Shoot the ball, man.
Shoot the ball the right way. Over the Kia, the MVP is the Michael Jordan trophy. Wow. Whitey Gleason with the save. I guess it's some MVP trophy. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thought that was the Nash trophy.
Now here, showing my rear end. What else is new?
Shiny.
Steve was right. We'll take a break. When we come back, celebrity birthdays. Crumble Cookies brings you all of that, and we will talk about them in a second. We've also got what the heck is going on this week and news of the day and blah, blah, blah. As it is, is Jay in here? Jay, is it Jay Johnson today? Yeah, no, we don't know. Oh, well, we'll have a cross-talk with somebody next.
The Kings season might be over, but Sactown sports coverage never stops.
Guys on other teams, when they look at the Sacramento Kings, they feel that this is a fun brand of basketball to play.
Stay tuned all off-season to Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com for the latest Kings news.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the next generation network. We're looking for silver linings in what has been a difficult year for the A's, and perhaps players the A's could build around for the future. What about first baseman Ryan Noda? As I'm recording this, among American League rookies, he's first in walks, he's first in on base at 403, and also third in OPS. Not bad for a Rule 5 selection this past offseason from the Dodgers. Ken Korak here, introducing you to the Xfinity 10G network. Xfinity is undergoing a multi-year network evolution, giving you a powerful connection today while building toward a faster, more reliable tomorrow. The Xfinity 10G network gives you the fastest internet with even faster speeds rolling out all the time. You also get a consistent and reliable connection when everyone's online, even during peak hours. That's a home run. If you want to learn more, go online at xfinity.com/10G.
Being a letter carrier and walking 20,000 steps, which equals up to about 10 miles a day, it's tough. I really didn't have feet problems. I had back problems. I had had as many epidurals that I could possibly have in 1 year. That was scary. Well, I'd been delivering letters to the Good Feet store for over 6 years, and the expert there finally convinced me to try their arch supports.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Keith actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
The people at the Good Feet store really educated me about what the arch supports could actually do. And lo and behold, I have no more back problems. The future I can see now. I couldn't see it before. Where I would be without them, I have no clue. I'm Keith, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville. Online at goodfeet.com.
Turn your highway into a smileway. Elk Grove Kia.
Have you ever needed a second chance? A chance at a do-over? Elk Grove Kia thinks everyone deserves a second chance, and yet too many folks don't get that second chance they need or deserve. Well, Elk Grove Kia wants you to know we've got you covered. With over 100 years of combined experience in financing, we have the connections and knowledge to get you the approval that others just can't. Doesn't matter if you have late payments, charge-offs, bankruptcies, or repos. If you can make the payment, we can find a way to get you on the road with a new set of keys. Elk Grove Kia can even make all this happen with little to no money down. Don't wait. Enjoy your summer with a new set of wheels. Get started today at Elk Grove Kia in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, or check us out online at elkgrovekia.com.
Turn your highway into a smileway. Elk Grove Kia.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
I'm the only person in the world that missed this whole Baby Gronk thing. I heard about it like yesterday.
I saw it, but I don't know.
Well, is this like, honestly, I haven't dived into it yet.
All of it.
Is this like Todd Marinovich part 2?
Seems
basically?
like it. I didn't read the story, but it seemed on the what I read seemed like it was.
You remember Todd Marinovich?
Yes.
Do these seem similar, Whitey Gleason?
Baby Gronk is like the little green guy, right?
Yeah.
Mandalorian?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe
Yeah.
I missed
The
something
ears.
too. Yeah.
Great hands, though.
I don't know. I mean, you never want to tell people how to raise their kids, but this guy should raise his kid differently.
Okay. Yeah.
My thoughts.
Saving the hot takes for late in this show.
You don't want to tell him.
I get him all I want. I don't know. He's probably out Baby Gronk.
Well, he's full-size Gronk.
Now, what would be great is if his dad was Gronk. Then, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But now he's taking away the right for Rob Gronkowski in his future, whatever, to name their kid Baby Gronk.
True. trademark.
How was your weekend, buddy?
Good. It was great. Yeah, thanks. How about yours? Yeah.
Anything fun?
Don't remember much of it.
Wow, that fun.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, wow. Any luck on the key?
Not yet.
Okay, we're staying on that.
Yeah.
And you're with Jay Johnson today.
That's right.
Well, that's exciting.
In theory.
In theory, yeah. Is he here? We don't know. Okay. Well,
he's on his way.
All right.
Game time is on time.
That's a great point. 10 a.m. National Red Rose Day is today. Did anyone get roses outside of Mother's? Is that it? Mother's Day? Is there a reason for roses outside of that?
Valentine's Day. Maybe?
Oh yeah,
that's something.
That's International Falafel Day. I'll tell you, I'm a falafel fan. Not gonna lie. Anyone falafel?
What is falafel?
It's like chickpeas and stuff. And it's like this is a horrible explanation of it, but I always feel like it's like a Middle Eastern Europeanish hush puppy.
Okay,
but like 30 times better.
Similar to hummus in the taste, if it's chickpeas or no? Because I think garbanzo beans and hummus taste different.
Yeah, no, I see where you're going. Yeah, a little more, but like cornbready, like bread-ish, but not really.
Yeah,
you dip it in the sauce.
Yeah, cornbready.
Well,
I have a friend one time. He asked this woman at work, "Hey, when are you due?" And she wasn't pregnant, and he falafel.
I know when that happened.
Today's National Peanut Butter Cookie Day, and this is a controversial question. A lot of people have debated over the years. Peanut butter cookie, yay or nay? By itself, not as a base. Are peanut butter cookies the vanilla ice cream of cookies?
I'm just not ready to make that decision.
Yeah.
Peanut butter cookies, thumbs up.
Really?
They're above vanilla ice cream in that
agree.
sense, but I mean,
better with chocolate chips.
Top 20 cookie, maybe not even top 10.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Wow. I would say there is a massive difference, though, between like dry, crunchy, like crumbly peanut butter cookie and like a warm, soft peanut butter cookie.
Sure.
A huge fan of that one.
Here's the thing about the peanut butter cookie. Like, you'll make it at home and enjoy it, but you're never going to like a cookie shop like Crumble, for instance, and like you see 40 different other ones like not peanut butter.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
right again.
Yeah. Peanut butter cookies trash.
Wow. Okay, that's inappropriate.
No, is that over the top?
Yeah.
Overrated.
Wow.
Too far.
Again,
overrated is fine because that means it is decent.
What's the NBA player equivalent of the peanut butter cookie?
Hassan Whiteside.
No, how dare you?
Just you look at the numbers.
Those calories are not empty in the peanut butter cookies.
Carl Anthony Towns.
There it is. He got it. He landed on it.
All-star.
Yeah, but
so is a peanut butter cookie in some cultures.
Carl Anthony Towns will end up like a 3-time All-Star and just be
Hassan Whiteside is the Pringles of peanut butter cookies. The
What?
Venn diagram is a flat
What
circle.
the hell are you talking about?
Pringles are way better.
Yeah, I agree.
Today is International Kashaka Day. Anyone at all know what Kashaka is?
Yeah, Kashaka Khan.
Kashaka Khan.
Kashaka Khan.
It is.
When Vivek gives the hang loose sign, it's actually Kashaka.
It is made exclusively in Brazil.
Oh.
It is a clear liquor, which is spicy, sweet, and fruity, made out of sugarcane juice.
You ever have it with a peanut butter cookie?
It's a good dip.
Pairs well.
And finally, today is National Jerky Day.
Beef?
You ever have jerky? It's good. Beef? Salmon?
Salmon jerky?
I've never had salmon jerky.
What? No. Help me out here. Salmon jerky.
I've never had it, but I'd like to try it.
Yeah.
I'm a big salmon fan.
Not a huge salmon fan.
I love salmon.
But in jerky form, pretty good.
Salmon jerky was a great morning show. I'm
Yeah.
Sammy's jerky. Here we go. Woo!
Also, you look like circa 1996, probably really into Slim Jims.
Circa 2023, bro. Sam's Club bucket at my house.
I thought it was salmon.
Who said
John.
that? Was that Max Crosby? Is that the salmon? Or was that Derek Carr on Hard Knocks? I'm going to say salmon. Turkey jerky?
I've had turkey jerky.
Fantastic.
Good.
All right, back to you. Celebrity birthday.
Back to you. All right, back to me. Let's go.
Brought to you by Crumble Cookies, by
Yes.
the way. Hey, birthdays should be shared with a friend. Crumble Cookies.
family.
Get yours today, Whitey.
Have a crumble. They're so good. We, your taste buds, wish you would.
Whitey Gleason, everybody.
Yeah.
Celebrity birthday time.
All right. Happy birthday. We mentioned him earlier in the show. Dave Franco. James' brother. Is
now
in 21
I
Jump
get
Street,
it.
and I don't know what else.
See, James is an older or younger brother.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Whitey, I'll give you the first guess.
I don't have a clue. John Franco. I'll just guess how old John Franco. No, I'll say
Former
51.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's 35.
He's enjoying a 53rd birthday today with crumble cookies.
We're all over the
I'm
board.
way off.
No, 38.
No way.
Yeah.
He's at okay. Very good. John Franco, former Met. Just to follow up on something you
Played
said
for some other teams too.
You mentioned Sid Finch earlier today.
Yes.
This is how old we're getting. Somebody texts and goes, "Did you mention Sid Finch?" I go, "Yeah." LOL. They go, "I went to school with a Sid Finch. What's the connection?" I had to explain to them the story.
Yeah,
They actually went to
fools.
school with a Sid Finch.
Wow.
How about that?
French horn player that could throw it 100-something miles an
100
hour.
something miles an hour. Sid Finch.
How about happy birthday to Sacramento legend Timothy Busfield?
Lou Collins.
Danny Kincannon.
He's my Facebook friend. If I looked it up, that'd be cheating.
I feel like you know. I feel like you know him, right?
Yeah.
He's been. He's a nice. He probably
Didn't he used to come in on the Rice Guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
65.
I'll say 67.
63.
Watch, he's like 54.
Right between you two. 66.
Ah,
Yeah.
good Busfield.
Well done. Happy birthday to Drew Holiday. Spelled with a J. Not the holiday part.
32.
That sounds right.
30.
I think
30.
I think I'm a year off.
31.
33.
31, 32,
I think it's
33. We have a
33.
correct answer.
It's 33.
It is 33.
Yeah.
Same ours.
Champion.
Happy birthday to Earl Watson.
Oh.
The Earl of Watson. 54.
Are you thinking of Earl Weaver?
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Oh, Earl Watson. 38.
40.
44.
We have a correct answer.
That's not 38.
44.
Told you.
ours. Happy birthday to Anton Jameson.
Ah.
Antoine.
Well, you thought Earl Weaver was 50?
I honestly wasn't. That was just a lifesaver he gave me that I grabbed.
But honest question, when he was managing, how old was Earl?
Honestly,
106?
He probably was like 38.
He was probably 38. Exactly.
Then, but he looked like he was 65.
But it looks like that now. You ever look at old pictures of like Phil Necro with the Angels where he had the like mutton chops and the gray hair out? It's like, you just Necro turned 32 over the summer.
That's what Jameson.
I've never seen a picture of Phil Necro on the Angels.
No?
Button chops. No. I'll have to look.
53.
Who is his account?
Wait, 43. Sorry, not 53.
Anton Jameson.
Anton 40.
47.
We have a correct answer. 47.
Oh, wow.
3 in a row
Dominant.
for JMRs. Happy birthday to Kerry Kittles.
Oh.
Ah.
KK.
Villanova?
Yeah.
Kerry Kittles
New
is
Jersey net.
40. He's 50.
46.
45.
49 for Kerry Kittles.
Wow.
Former Sacramento King Sergio Rodriguez. Sergio.
He's still playing.
Big game in the EuroLeague final.
Yeah.
38.
That sounds right.
Thank you.
37.
That sounds right too. 36.
We've got a correct answer. 37.
Yes.
Wow. Well
Thanks
done.
for sharing, J. Mars.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to another former Kings legend, Ray McCallum.
Ah,
Ray Mack. Jr., by the way. Ray McCallum.
Mr. 48 minutes.
Yes.
Ray McCallum is 29.
32.
No, he's not.
That sounds correct. 31.
We have a correct answer.
That's Don
That's
Sutton.
Don Sutton.
Oh, I was thinking of Don Sutton. Not Phil Necro, stupid. I was thinking Don Sutton with the Angels. Same guy.
The correct answer, 32. Whitey
Nice.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Happy
Don Sutton.
birthday to Kings assistant coach Lindsey Harding.
Yeah, we were just talking about her earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to guess wrong.
Lindsay's 21.
22.
32.
39.
Ah, all right. Good job.
Happy
everybody.
birthday to Hideki Matsui.
Oh.
44.
45.
47.
49.
Oh, my
And last
gosh.
one, happy birthday to Ryan Klesko.
Clask.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I had one more after
Former
this.
Giant.
Remember when he was
Former
on-
Padres legend.
Former Angels
Braves.
guy. Remember him on the Angels with the side?
I'll never
mutton
forget.
chops.
Wait,
See,
I
man.
just did.
Ryan Klesko is 40. Nope, he's 50.
Big one.
No way. He's not that old.
Yes, he is.
Is he? That's
49.
so sad.
50 even.
49 and 250s. He's 52.
Ah.
And last one, Christy Martin, former boxer.
Ah.
Huh. She's a 50.
Very first WBC women's champion.
She's also 52. I don't know if you knew
Yeah,
that.
is she?
Yeah.
You know what? Christy Martin can beat me up. She's 21.
53.
55. There you go. We celebrated the birthdays.
Christy Martin and Mia St. John. I remember those fights. That was like the first real women's boxing that they really put out there.
And Layla Ali was out there as well.
My favorite part of celebrity birthdays was when you showed the picture to Whitey and just that's Don Sutton. Just the face.
Phil Negro, Don Sutton.
Right.
Same guy. Just a reminder, you want to take your music guy? Take a guess. You guys can know. You're welcome to join in. Traveling Wilburys.
What about him?
Remember the Traveling Wilburys?
Yes.
How old was Bob Dylan when the Traveling Wilburys made their debut in the late 80s?
77.
77?
Yeah. 48.
He was 47.
Oh.
Jeff Lynne was 41. Tom Petty was 38. Roy Orbison was 52. George Harrison was 45.
All in one band, huh?
I remember watching the videos of those guys going, they're so old. And now
they are.
You know who else was in that group? Earl Weaver.
Yes.
So is Phil Negro.
But not Don Sutton.
Not Don Sutton.
No.
Yeah, no.
Couldn't get in?
Don Sutton actually was an original band member.
Our thanks to Emil Fragoso for laying down the lumber on both the UFC and the 49ers. Jay Mars for doing all the Jay Marsy stuff that he does.
That's right.
Jason Ross. Speaking of Jay, he will be in moments to join Whitey Gleason and for Chris Watkins. Hope you have a wonderful show. Break all kinds of news and have all kinds of talking points. For Jason, I'm Dave. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Catch the Oakland A's every weekend on Sactown Sports. Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays.
And the broadcast going to get down for a hit. Around third, the score is Tony Kemp. And the A's have taken the lead. Edge of the track makes the catch. And the Athletics get a great win.